All right. Got the notification up on Twitter. Yep, I see my mic going. So everybody should be able to hear me. Let's turn this. Oh, crap. Probably would help if I turned my camera on. Let's see if this comes up. It should. Oh, whoops. Hold on. It's two-part process. 1 second. And we are there. We go. My bad. Let's see. This is what happens when you miss a day. Nothing works right. You don't start right. Blah 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 blah. For those of you all who might have been interested or concerned, my wife is doing okay. She's slowly but surely making it through. COVID hit her hard, but you know she's tough as always. Um, let's get back into it. Hope all of you had a fantastic weekend. I don't remember where we left off. Oh crap! I remember where we left off now, and unfortunately, I was not able to go back in here and go through the inventory for all of the characters and try to make sure that they were all taken care of and ready like I wanted to. Kelly, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. I love Pillars so far. It doesn't have any.
Spirits in this place have begun to heal.
It doesn't have any romance options, but outside of that, I think it's an absolutely fantastic RPG. I think the story is great so far. The party members are all interesting. You get to meet a bunch of interesting characters. Really, really a fan of this RPG. Yep, we finished below, so yep, we don't need to do anything with them. I'm going through Solasta Shadow Valley DLC, and I love it so far. That's another really, really cool one. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have a review for that up on the channel, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Had a great time with that. Um, what I was saying is I wanted to get all of my weapons and inventory straightened out because I think we've got some really good stuff that's sitting in the inventory that should be assigned to somebody. And Palagina needs to be respect. She doesn't have the right build, but I didn't get a chance to do any of that. But if I remember correctly, Lord Radrick
This is the home of
is.
the man responsible for those hanging corpses. You don't plan on knocking, do you?
I think this is lower level content. Like I think you can get through this with people. What level am I? 9. I think this is meant for like level 7, and so I'm. Oh crap! The guard fixes. I'll be leaving. Then goodbye. We're not going in that way. I played Pillars 2, but never finished it. Want to try it again later, but might try Pillars 1 first. Also, you played Pillars 2, but never played Pillars 1? I would definitely recommend you play Pillars 1. Is the story? The story is kind of connected, but honestly, you don't have to play it from a story standpoint in order to, get more out of Pillars 2, but it's just a great game. So it's well worth playing. Keon, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. I'm getting ready for the big updates in Total War Warhammer 3. Never played that. I actually just started, meaning I'm only like 30 minutes into Chaos Gate, and that'll be my first Warhammer experience. So I might get around the Total War. We'll see. Might be nice to take a little break from CRPGs. Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking as well. A heavy stench rises from the stagnant waters. So I'm going to be using Spider Man as my break. Spider Man should be coming out next week. So, of course, even though it's being released on PC, it's not what we would usually call a CRPG. And I figure that'll be a nice deviation from the type of games I've usually been playing. Now, if I remember correctly, go. Right, okay, here we go. So,
Be cautious.
if I remember this correctly, there's a lot of fighting, but it's lower level fighting. We'll see how this actually works out. Might turn out that I get slaughtered and it just is what it is. Argo, hey there, Slandered. Glad to catch your stream. I've been wanting to watch it literally all day. Been paranoid about watching for the notifications started. Thank you. I appreciate it. Glad you've been enjoying the stream enough where you were looking out for it. Yeah, that's super cool. Variety is the spice of life. Exactly. Exactly. So that's why I'm never scared of variety. Like, I always know when I post content that's non CRPG is going to get less views. Like God of War, I think only had like 150 views or something like that. But I wanted a break. And while I'm taking that break, I might as well do some content for whatever I'm playing. So to me, it makes complete sense. Set into the base of the keep's outer wall, a sewer grate spills murky, foul smelling wastewater into the keep's surrounding moat. Slick, mossy stones form a precarious bridge around the murky water. Ahead, the iron bars of the sewer grate block passage. The bars are coated with rust, and several appear bent or sit at strange angles. They may have been weakened enough that you could bend them, given the means. Use a pry bar to bend the iron bars. The constant rush of foul water against the grate makes maneuvering difficult, but you manage to place the pry bar between two of the more heavily rusted bars and give it a heavy push. With a groan, one of the iron bars begins to give. You heave, and at last the bar snaps free of its base with a crunch. Beyond the broken gate, a dark passage leads further into the keep. Murky water flows through it in a continuous stream. Swim through. You take a deep breath to forestall the acrid stench around you and slip forward into the flooded tunnel. The walls soon fade from view as you plunge into a foreboding darkness. As you swim on, light begins to filter through the murky water ahead of you. You press on, seeking out the source, until you find yourself standing beneath a circular gap in the tunnel and a way out. All right. We're in. Let's see what kind of adventure this is going to be. I should be good enough to get through this, I believe.
Nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet. All right. Search over here first. What's going on over here? Oh, there's a door here too. Let's go to this door first.
A simple test. That's settled.
Boom, doom, doom. Money, money, money. Excellent, excellent.
See now.
Ooh,
See
I like
now
that
what
in
the
you,
flame has
Durance.
shown us?
Finally. Ooh, and you disabled it. I'm so proud of you right now. Camera, what's going on? Ooh, there we go. That's what I like to see. Bonadon, 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 bonadon. Oh yeah. So far so good. We should be in good shape. So far so good. Okay. We'll go this way first.
Light, flame, and
What's
sound.
over here?
We'll keep to ourselves.
Yeesh. Ooh, he got knocked down immediately. I like that. That's the way it should be. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. Durance, why aren't you over there? Nobody's blocking you. And there we are. Okay. Yep. So at the very least,
Shows me something.
this downstairs area should be easy enough for us to get through. Don't know about the rest of it. Early rise. It's 5:20 a.m. Got to go do stuff. Ooh, you got to go do stuff at 5:20 a.m.? That's rough, brother. That is rough. The bite marks on these bones appear to be the proper size for folk and elven teeth.
This I haven't seen before.
Oh, he's unlocking everything. Oh, I'm so proud. Gouge marks and scratches line the edge of the lid. Yeesh. go. Okay, what's in this? Oh, that's not something we can loot? We can't loot whatever this is? Come on now. Man, not even noticing anything? Okay, fine.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Unlocking this will require a proper key. Can't get through there. How are you doing? How's the sea thing? So my wife is still dealing with COVID. She's laying on the couch right now. She's definitely feeling better than the first day. So that's definitely a plus, but it's going to be a process. Unfortunately, it's just hitting her really, really hard. She is vaccinated, so we're not we're not expecting any hospitalization or anything like that.
Fire shows me something.
It was just kind of scary that first day because she was having trouble breathing, and anytime someone you love is saying that they're having trouble breathing, it's very disconcerting. But I think she's fine. She's fine. It's just going to take time. Just going to take time. Thank you for asking, though. And no, I haven't had a chance to check out Soul Hackers. I haven't had a chance to do any of the things I wanted to do because between her stuff and then having to do stuff over the weekend, my schedule has been filled. But it is definitely still on my list. Let me... And you know what? I don't think I ever actually confirmed that it's available on Netflix. Shavaricus, what's going on? Glad you're able to join the stream. Good evening, everyone. Glad to finally catch a bit of the stream. Happy to have you. Glad you could make it. Ooh, and not even necessary. Excellent. Glad she's feeling better. I got lucky. 0 times infected. Wow, you're like that damn near makes you a unicorn, bro. Blood is smeared on the wall in the vague shape of letters. Whatever it once said has been obscured by a crimson handprint. I don't think I know anybody personally who has been able to get through these past couple of years completely clean and free of COVID. That is quite impressive. A few bloodied fingernails are embedded in the dirt.
I can do that.
Hey, over here. This young man's face is badly bruised, and his gaunt form is covered in a threadbare shirt. He watches you, shivering, with a measure of hope in his eyes. I don't know who you are, but will you help me? Gods, what if people become in this place? He gazes nervously past you at the open cell door. I don't think I can fight my way out. I take it you ended up here after assaulting the keep with Kolsk and his men. Yes, he looks away. It seemed a good plan. We got in without incident, and I knew the way, but we were surprised in the dungeons, and most of us. Giaco shudders. You have seen some of them. Fought them. Their bodies, at least. Not their minds anymore, but their souls. The woman down here, Radrick's anamancer. Her name is Orsira. I've heard her speaking, sometimes, talking about a cure. Lord Radrick calls on her often, but she's not curing anyone. She's only turned men and women into monsters. He shudders. I've watched her take the others. I was sure I'd be next. Alof shakes his head. Men and women turn to this evil to cure Hollowborn? Madness. Tell me about Orsiria. There's something not right about her. A bad feeling, I mean. I knew the moment she arrived, things would take a turn for the worse. He shivers. There's nothing good comes of dealing with animancers. Unnatural, the lot of them. She's the one who transformed them, changed my friends into monsters. Said she was doing it for the good of Gilded Vale. Giaco clenches a fist, more like the good of her coin purse and her sick curiosity. She's dangerous, and who knows what else she's got in her laboratory. I wouldn't go in there. She has a convincing manner. Spells, no doubt. You're free. Make a run for it. Thank you, stranger. I have to get back to the fort, But first, some food and rest, I think. He hesitates. If you would dare the upper floors, please tell Nedmar I live yet. Tell him I still have the carving he gave me of the Pale Knight. That should convince him, and perhaps he can help you somehow. Good luck, and may the gods keep you safe. Nice. You know, if the Browns had Eder on the team, they'd actually win more. The Browns need whoever, whatever they can get. They're in a bad spot right now. You are thinking of Record of Lotus War, the anime. Soul Hackers is the demon Pokemon video game. Oh, you're right. That is what I was thinking of. No, I have not played that yet. You know, I'm at a point where it's very difficult for me to play games just for entertainment because I'm so hyper focused on playing games specifically for content. And obviously, that is a game that I would do any videos for. So when I'm doing some leisurely gaming, that'll be next up on my list.
Something over there.
Yeah, you know what? I do want to go ahead and deal with you. And, yep, we'll do that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Excellent. I've managed to avoid COVID Man, 2 unicorns here. You all should feel very, very lucky. Wait, you're doing Radrick just now? Wow, that's way late. I usually do this quest before ever reaching Cadnor. That's what I was saying before you joined, that I wasn't sure. I had meant to do some restructuring because I got a bunch of items in my inventory that I feel like are probably good. And so I was wondering, would I be able to get through this content? But I was like, I think I'm over leveled for this anyway. So hopefully it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And that's been the case thus far. That's been the case thus far. Yeah, I completely forgot how difficult this was or was not. So I was like, let me save it. Wow. All of you have somehow avoided it. I went from knowing nobody to knowing quite a few people. That's crazy. That is crazy. By the ROA, the Art of Jolie Bendo Occupation 4 is finally done. Whoa! I emailed you the files if you want to check them out. Be cool to see your reaction to it live, no pressure. Sounds like a plan. Let me finish this area first, and then I'll take a look. Is there anything here? Eder would be the QB's running back, linebacker, AP, all of it. So I is coming out in August. Okay, but I got the answer to my question. Absolutely. Why does the map take so long to pull up? And right, we went over there, but haven't been over in that area. Okay, cool. I wish I avoided it too, but my trip was fun. Hello, darling. Good night, dear. Get some rest. Let's see.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Why do I hear walking? Oh, it must be from behind that door. Okay. And there we go. There we go. We're good. All right. And we'll save here. Oh, this isn't where the witch is? Hey, I needed camping supplies. Didn't realize that. All right.
A simple test. That's settled.
Got that. I don't remember the entrance I usually use to get through to the upper floors. Ooh, what is this? I was about to say, what's that click sound? But that was her gun going off. Works for me. All right. And actually, we will put this on Eder. Oh, yeah, he should be going down no time. There we go. Oh, yeah. Excellent. I hate the way Durance keeps using that level 1 armor of faith spell. Like, come on, bro. How many spell levels you have by now? You've got to have access to better buffs. Blood and flecks of dried flesh encrust the restraints. The tank is warm to the touch. The glass vibrates with the bubbling fluid inside. How did I get upstairs? Since the file size of the art were large, Gmail made me send them as a Google Drive link. But I gave you permission to view them, so hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. Boss Page, what's going on, man? How are you? Oh, I think I might use the ladder. I think that was what I usually use when doing this. Here we go. Okay, here's a chick. A woman caught mid-step across the room turns her head to face you. Long curls of black hair frame her face, one side of which is flecked with some green liquid. The gaze she sets upon you holds an eerie intensity. More interruptions. The woman sets down the book she holds, smiling faintly. What an interesting time we've been having of late. So many uninvited guests. I suppose I have you to thank for all the damage to my work. It took time to get those people back on their feet, you know. Assyria frowns. What is it you're doing here? Perception. Lord Radrick sent me to check on your progress. Yeah, I guess okay. Assyria regards you coldly for a long moment. At last, she throws her arms up in the air in frustration. Of course he did. I thought I'd have a few days at least before he resumed his growling. If Lord Radrick wishes to see swifter progress, then perhaps he might deign to provide the materials I need. Does he think he is the only one growing impatient? I am gifted with this, she gestures to the room. Pitiful little laboratory, and he expects miracles. And meanwhile, that old wretch, that useless priest, has the whole of the upper keep to himself. What does he provide? Superstition and useless advice. She lets out an angry gust of air. Very well then, look upon my progress. I have made what use of Cols's filthy cohorts I was able. Tell Radrick that I will have more useful information for him once I have been given adequate time for study. If you're lucky, he won't hang you in my place. Interesting. All right. Bring you up here. And let's get the party started. You can do this. You can do this. And the rest of you do whatever you like. Oh, that's not really working. But hey. You're down. There we go. How are the other melee people blocked when they're right in front? I'm confused. Why aren't y'all running up? Oh, that's Grieving Mother there. Okay, she moves out the way. You. Why? What are you waiting on? There we go. Oh. Jeez. There's just no game that compares to the tactic system in Dragon Age Origins. Just everything. Everything else pales in comparison. Black cat? At first you think this poor creature is diseased, for its black fur seems to have fallen off its hide in patches. But when the cat turns to investigate a fly on the wall, you note that an entire section of its ribcage is open to the air. Some of its tail is rotted away altogether to reveal a few jagged vertebrae. This doesn't seem to bother the cat much. It lets out a trilling purr and rubs against your skin. Pet the cat. You spend a few pleasant moments scratching the cat behind the ears. Black fur comes away in clumps. Disgusting. Pick up the cat. You pick up the surprisingly light and unexpectedly pointy creature, and it purrs contentedly in your arms. Wow. Nothing much. Hurt my back working out. I'm more worried about that COVID you said your wife had. That was worried. Yeah, she seems to be doing much better. Thanks, Boss Page. She's resting now, so Hopefully she'll feel even better tomorrow morning. Sorry to hear that you hurt your back. Hopefully that you recover from that very soon. Don't forget to grab the cat. Yes, Cabaret, I picked up the cat. Dragon Age Tactics was great. Absolutely. Indeed, I liked how Dragon Age does things tactics-wise. Yeah, it made it, you could let it run the whole game. It was absolutely beautiful. Oh, she's got a secret doorway? Oh, snap. Oh, maybe this is the way that I usually went up. All right, let's try this. A new familiar. Yeah. You know, I just can't get rid of the galactic pig. The galactic pig walking around is so adorable to me. I'm really hooked on it. Raw damage type. Gucci. I will. Awesome. That's good to hear. Is this right? No, it's not. It's not. We don't want to go up this way because there's another way you can go up where you can dress up, right? If I remember correctly. It's been a while. Been a long time. Lower ramparts. To the keep study. To the moat. To the lower ramparts. I swear there's a way you could come up and then there was a box of guard uniforms you could swap into, and it allowed you to walk around the guards as if you were one of them. I seem to remember this. Why are they? Oh, because they're sneaking around, of course. All right. Come on. Let's see if this is the way up. Boom, 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 boom. This isn't right either, unfortunately, but you know. Where is Eder? He's somewhere in the midst of that, right? Yeah, sure. And then you paralyze a bunch of them. There we go. I mean, we could kill a lot of them, but I don't think it serves much purpose.
Certainly.
They're not going to provide equipment that really helps us. Canisters are filled with wet clumped gunpowder. All right, I guess we will use our. Oh, wait. No. Is it through the kitchen? Maybe it's the kitchen entrance. Or there's that other door that we never used, right? Crap. What's this? Right. What does this door go to? I forgot about this door. I know I'm not imagining this. I don't have, after everything I've done, I don't have the proper key. Boom, boom. It's somewhere around here. If this doesn't look immediately recognizable when we use this interest, then I'll give it up. I'll give it up. What's over here? You know what? This is looking familiar. This could be it. This could be it. I think this is it. Is it? It should be. And maybe? I don't know. Oh. Right. So I think you came here and then you can go up. This allows you to go all the way up to the 3rd floor immediately. And then when you're up on the 3rd floor, ba-boom, bingo. Baratheon priest robes. There we go. Baratheon priest robes. And my quest log just updated to tell me, Lord of the Barren Land, I found some Baratheon robes to help me blend in with the priests on this floor. Thank you. I knew I wasn't that crazy. Come on now. Just making up stuff. All right. Bam. 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 Ba-boom. For now, fact, we should put this in the proper place. So here. Ooh, and you don't even have any gear? Okay, yeah, definitely need to get your stuff replaced. And you. Boom. And you don't need that. Bam. 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 Okay. Everybody is wearing their proper robes. Excellent. Quick save here. Sneak in there. Okay. 1 second. Quick intermission. Let's go ahead and pull up this art. So Argo had some art commission for me specifically for my Baldur's Gate playthrough. And let's see, what address did he send this to? Oh, you literally just now sent it. Cool. That's awesome. Let's see. What is this one? Oh, that's your logo. I was about to say, okay, here, hold on 1 second. And let me move. How do I want to do this? Oh, here. Yeah, Argo is saying that I have to request access in order to download the zip file. Oh, wait, but now it's letting me do it. That's weird. I take it back. Oh, so you used a different person's Patreon this time. I was about to say, I was like, this image doesn't match. Oh, here, hold on 1 second. I haven't gotten this page set up in OBS, so hopefully this works right. We'll see. Hey, you all should be able to see my screen. So this is your the art from the person you put on Patreon, right? But then that is fire. Yo, I'm a fan of that. That definitely works for me. That definitely works for me. I love the symbol back there. It looks ominous. I love the flail. That's awesome. Only question is, do you have one that isn't that doesn't have the Anakin signature in there? That'd be kind of weird to use in the actual game. I can't remember. Does Baldur's Gate 2 let you change your profile pic the same way Pathfinder does? I have to look at that and see if it's something that I can switch out. But definitely, this will work. If nothing else, I'll definitely be able to use this in some of my thumbnails. Man, I love the multicolored flails. That's exactly the weapon I plan to use when he gets to Baldur's Gate 2. So yeah, this is actually fantastic. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you doing this. Wow. I actually didn't expect it to be this good, but this definitely works for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wow. Okay, you know what? That has me in the mood to play some more Baldur's Gate 2. I might have to work on some more content for that game this weekend because I had actually stopped playing it. I got bored with it. I think I'm going to stream it.
Keeping an eye out.
It's just not. It's not entertaining me the way some of the other things I play does. But man, that is an excellent motivator. In fact, what I'll probably try to do is get through Baldur's Gate 1 and then play Baldur's Gate 2 on the channel. Whoa. Hold, brother. Pardon my interruption, but I don't seem to recall seeing you before. I've only recently taken my vows. And who is this? Intellect. Radrick's new mercenaries. I was told to show them to their post. The priest considers you a moment longer, then nods. Then be about your business. Satisfied, he turns to walk away. That looks awesome. I agree, Boss Page. Yes, you can put in custom art. Nice. It's a little more difficult, but yeah, you can add custom portraits mostly the same way. Okay, I'll definitely take a look at that. I will send you a version later. No problem, Marco. I appreciate you. We were fortunate to get away with that once. I doubt we can count on such luck again. Okay, that's good to keep in mind. That flail is something you have to piece together with the game, though. There are a bunch of bits. And yes, they made it so you could put the custom art in the late rendition. Awesome. Yep, I know that flail is something I have to put together, but I absolutely intend on putting together. I love that flail, and my character will absolutely be using it. Okay, where do we find this freaking priest? I do not remember. Priestess of Barath. Priest of Barath. You? Wawa's legacy. Wawa's legacy. Loot. Loot. Loot.
A simple test. That's settled.
This goes downstairs. All right, we'll just have to save here. I'd suggest getting a guide for that particular flail. It's super powerful, though. Yep. No problem. I'm going to do whatever I got to do in order to make sure I get that flail.
That's settled.
Unlocked. There's that guy I need to avoid. Ooh, there we go. This frail old priest is hunched over a table, surrounded by scattered scrolls and parchment. Examining their contents with the aid of a thick monocle, he glances up as you approach, blinking rheumy eyes. More visitors, then. You're not one of the acolytes, or the guards, for that matter. His voice is a dry, quiet rasp, which makes you an intruder at the least. Colts put you up to this, I suppose? Yes, that would be him, sending young men to dash themselves against the keep's defenses. He shakes his head. Would that my sermons could draw such fervor. Still, you're here. What is it that you want? Oh, you know what? Man, I'm out of practice. Hold on one second. I completely forgot to turn my freaking light on. I look dark as hell on this camera. There we go. And this one can come off. There we go. Still dark because my other light isn't on. But I'm not in the mood to get up to actually turn that off yet. Giaco is safe. He asked me to tell you about a carving you gave him. Nedmar's eyes widen. With sudden vigor, he rushes forward to grasp your arm. Oh, thank the gods. Thank you. I did not think anyone could. That is, I feared. He shakes his head. I did not want him to meet the pale knight so soon. Nedmar pulls away, collecting himself. Here, perhaps this will serve as a reward. He pulls a large iron key from the pocket of his robe and hands it to you. This will open a door in the scriptorium. He points west, and from there you can reach the chapel and Lord Radrick without encountering quite so many guards. Take this too. I have a little wealth to offer. Better to give something of use. I would entreat you before you go. Despite his shortcomings, Lord Radrick follows the gods with obedience, and he has Gilded Vale's best interest in mind. It may be that, with time, he can achieve what he desires. Please, consider this before you turn to violence. What does this key open? It is a master key. Nedmar wrings his hands as he speaks. It will not open every door, but it will permit you to access to the stairs leading down into the Lord's chapel. It will also open the doors along the keep's main hall, but you will face heavy fighting if you go that way. You do not have much time. Whatever your intent, Lord Radrick will soon discover that one of his prisoners has escaped, and then you will lose the element of surprise. I thought you'd favor Kolsk as Lord of Radrick's hold. I favor him as he is, a man of vision, but Kolsk has a hunger in him for rule, even if to good purpose. He is not led by his faith. Still, he is my friend, and I am willing to assist Kolsk in restoring divine favor to the lands of Gilded Vale, should Lord Radrick fall, that is. I need a rest. But surely you don't mean to Nedmar shifts uncomfortably, looking out towards the hallway. Very well. I cannot ask you to brave the dungeons when you are not at your fittest. Rest here a few hours, and I'll ensure no one enters. Nice. Was there a particular lighting version you wanted without the watermark? There's 3 degrees of lighting and 1 version without the background. Should I just go with the darkest one you saw now? That one was absolutely fantastic. If you feel like there's a change that would make it better, at this point, I trust your perspective, so that works fine for me as well. Whatever you think is best, Argo. Yep, that works for me. Awesome. Okay, a door to the west. So, to the Keep Chapel. There we go. Cool.
Nice and quiet.
Where does this go to, though? Oh, to his private study. Excellent. Was there anything else to loot here? Yep. We'll take that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yep, that too. We'll appreciate that. And this. Thank you. Okay, now we'll go back over. Oh,
They shall see nothing while
so we
I
do
see
have to go
much.
back through the hall in order to get to there. Okay, fine. And I hear those footsteps. But hopefully we can make it through without. There we go. And we go, and we go, and we go, and we go, and all right, do the quick save, and let's see what's up here. All right, now we're in the chapel. I recognize this. This fight was brutal if you came at the appropriate level. Woof. It was no joke. Radrick fight. No joke whatsoever. Oh, you got to come from down here. Oops. This might be a good time to go ahead and put his stuff back on. Da 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 da. There we go. For whatever reason, double clicking it wasn't working earlier, but it's working now. Excellent. All right, everybody, let's make the magic happen. Whew. These jerk-offs. Let them approach. Flanked by a host of guards, all of whom regard you with mute hostility, Lord Radrick VII observes you from his throne, clad in ornate plate. His eyes have a hollow quality, and there's a pallor to the man's gaunt face that leaves his features showing stark against his dark and unkempt hair. There is a dagger discarded upon one stone arm of the throne. A thin, crimson rivulet warms its way down from the blade and past Radrick's fingers, even as he leans forward to regard you with a piercing gaze. Oh, that's right. I think if you search around the castle some more, you can actually find his wife, who he's murdered already with his dagger. And then if you've done that, you can actually talk to him about it here. We haven't done that because let's just get to business. Thought he'd be better looking, even with all the inbreeding. Though his face is calm, you notice Eddar's hand strained towards his weapon, as though with a mind of its own. Ah, yes, the fun TM fight.
It is unlike Kolsch to hire mercenaries, or foreigners for that matter. And you are not one of mine, so I cannot accuse you of treason.
His fingers close loosely around the pommel of the dagger, as if to ascertain if it is still there, and then flinch away. You've come far closer than his people ever did. Radrick looks to his guards, who shuffle nervously. Much too close. He looks back to you. A quiet infiltration and done more skillfully than...
How, when I have lost so much?
You can find her. Yep. You can find her, and I'm pretty sure there's like a magnifying glass on her where you can examine her and like wonder what happened to her. Point to the dagger. What happened there?
A just sentence.
His voice wavers, and in that moment a pang of grief crosses his face. Ygritte knew. She hid the verses from me, the tokens. She knew what I would make of them. The scattered god poisoned her against me, made her deaf to my instruction. Which one is the scattered god? The scattered god? Only when our son was born, that hollow thing, that monster. Then we both knew what her crimes had wrought. Radrick turns a baleful look upon you, jaw working, face flushed and splotchy with emotion. It could not stand. Aelthus, there we go. Okay. He brings up a hand suddenly toward his temple, obscuring his face. What does Colks know of sacrifice? He would indulge himself. Let us succumb one by one. Medicine time. Who got blown up as all gods should be. Scattered God. Got you. There we go. And suffer Barras' punishment until the final soul goes to its keeping, never to return, and Gilded Vale is but a barren land. Colks is your cousin?
Oh, yes. We are kin, he and I. He was raised within these walls, in fact, privy to all the privileges our family had to offer. But a greedy man always hungers after more than he receives, however bountiful. I was eldest, heir to the stewardship of our lands, and he was not.
Yeah, I definitely missed that Argo where I actually put my mouse over it with that in mind and then notice, oh no, it's just text. I'm always curious, how do developers decide when there's not voice acting in the whole game, what text sections get voice acting and what doesn't? Like his voice is just randomly coming in and I'm like, there's no reason why this is voice acted, but the other section is not. Like, how do they make that decision? The legacy brought chaos with it, panic and despair. Colks took advantage of that chaos, creating division in our ranks, luring loyal men and women to his cause. Good men, good women. Radrick's gaze goes distant for a moment, and then he glances at you and his lip curls. He fled the keep in time, to hole up in the wilds beyond the village, to play at being a commoner and court favor with the people. And while he plays a conqueror, the Vale suffers. Families, traders, all. I do not have enough men to guard the roads and defend us from Colks' incursions both. My intention suffers, and so my governance, my family. Radrick breathes out through his nose. Nor can I make the effort necessary to bring about an end to this curse if we are beset at all hours by his traitorous plots. What have you lost?
Much. There is a plague among us here in Gilded Vale. The legacy is but part of it. The rest is fear, heresy, perversion. Each incident alone is but the flicker of a candle. But together, a blaze that will destroy us.
The legacy is a test of faith. It has driven many to madness. They cling to hollow promises, to dark and terrible things. Each lie permitted feeds the fire. Every whisper from preening charlatans and venom-tongued midwives, the words of false prophets, the promises of dead gods. He clenches a gloved fist.
The flame consumed her. My Ygritte. And our child with it.
I assume it's either important, cinematic. I didn't even welcome you. Hey, Seabird, it's actually good to see you on the stream. I assume it's either important cinematic moments or just things they know are going to stay there unedited. Got you. Or random dice rolls, camera. Or maybe they hire voice actors by time blocks and they want to use up their whole block while they have them. That makes a lot of sense, actually, especially if they bought that time block but hadn't solidified the writing. So they just voice act the writing that they know is in place and then they work on stuff afterwards. That definitely makes a lot of sense. That could be it too. Yep, I agree, Argo. You murdered your own wife? Your child? I carried out the sentence. Would you have me give her to an executioner? In the dear wood, we see to our own justice. Radrick sits back in his throne, his knuckles white upon the armrest. And that thing, that silent aberration, that was not alive to kill. His dark eyes narrow. Keep your recriminations, trespasser. I have done my duty. Gilded Vale has suffered under your rule. It deserves a better leader. Radrick makes a low, huffing noise of disbelief. And you think Kolsk is that leader? What does he understand of what it means to be Thane? He has gathered a meager assembly of illiterate farmers and scavengers to himself, and sends these in suicidal action against my guards.
You are a pawn in Kolsch's designs, and he has kept his motivations from you for a reason. I wonder if you understand what it is you do, or what you might accomplish if you were better informed. You have proven your competence in your way, and had I such an ally, we might together put an end to Gilded Vale's woes, lift the curse once and for all, and in doing so, return us to a life where such strict measures are not necessary.
Tell me, I'd like to know more about the Radricks. Radricks? It is but I, alone now, but the Radrick name was birthed in glory. We have been stewards of Gilded Vale for generations. Its people look to us still for guidance and protection, first from the excesses of the Empire, and now from what dangers the Deerwood holds. I've fallen behind. It's all good, man. I know life happens. That's part of the reason why I put the playlist together. So some people, they'll see the backlog of live sessions. Other people, they'll just jump in a live stream when they can. All good. I have inherited that duty. By my vows, by my title. So long as I am Thane, I will permit no threat against our lands, be they mortal or spiritual in nature. What has happened to Gilded Vale? The legacy, Radrick breathes. Shortly after the death of the scattered god, Wildwind's legacy fell upon our hands. He shakes his head, and despair came with it. How could it not, when the curse took our children, our hope from us? I knew that Baraf would not allow such cruelties, not unless we had lost his favor. Some of the village cling yet to a false faith, worshiping the dead god. They revere him in secret, even knowing what it brings upon us. My own wife, she continued her heresies against my wishes, and when our child was born, we saw then that no sin remains unrevealed. His jaw works. No man is free from Baraf's judgment. No woman. Radrick looks to the dagger resting on the throne. I will do what I must to ensure that we do not stray again from the path. But it has taken time to root out the last of these cultists within our village. Time Kolsk used to gather his forces. You really are mad. Nah. Attack. Your people deserve justice. This ends here.
So be it. May the twinned god take pity upon your splintered soul, and scatter it to the winds.
Damn, he thinks he's about to splinter my soul? That's kind of wild. All right. Do I want to add crowd control? Here's the crowd control we'll start with. Ooh, causing enemies in the area effect. We'll start here. And then we'll let it start up. All right. No enemies far out, unfortunately. Here. Nope, that's too far out. We're going to start close up. Champion. You and you. And you did that. Now let's confuse a bunch of people. There we go. Bunch of folks confused. Now, blessing. This is an archmage. That's Radrick. That's champion of Barath. I guess we can start with you, bruh. We can start with you. Now you, come on back here where he is. There we go. And you know what? We'll put it on Eder. Yep. Put it on Eder, but still chill back there for now. Oh, yeah. Who's that? Durant's. Okay, now, she's got that. Oof. Why is he? Okay. Here, you freeze him. There we go. Now she'll come over here. There we go. And Archmage. You should be assault target. Palagina, what are you doing, darling? There we go. And then you. Boom. Yep. Durant's. There we go. There we go. In fact, come over a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Radrick's dead. You're dominated. Or we're dominated. Oh, yeah, this is it. And bleep, bleep, bleep. That's all, folks. Ooh, and he's got full soulbound weapon. Nice job, Al. I think I've got both the armor and the weapon that I want you to have permanently. Excellent job. Excellent job.
Certainly.
All right.
Something over there.
Ooh, he noticed that without me even being crouched down. I appreciate that. All right, let's loot this body. Okay, now, the most annoying part. How do we get out of here? All right, Coles comes. We heard that you had moved against the keep, and yet we have arrived too late. But a moment earlier, and I would have heard his dying breath. No matter. Ah, scum sucker. You know you purposefully arrived after all the fighting was done to make sure you could come in and hog all the glory. Don't try to pretend you wanted to be part of the action. It is done. The tyrant is dead, and our village is free to move into a greater future. Gilded Vale owes you a great debt. I owe you a great debt. You have accomplished what I could not. Well, at least he admits that. Take what rewards you care to from Radrick's vaults. You have earned them twice over. Kolsk looks over the throne room, smiling. There's much to do. We must send word to the Earl, of course. Revoke the cruel laws Radrick has instated. But do not think we will forget your assistance. You have brought about great change. Take pride. Everyone will remember this moment. Come, men. Clear these bodies from the hall. With that, Kolk strides eagerly towards the throne. So I know there's some vaults hanging around here, but if I remember correctly, it's basically of the same level of same level 5 stuff that you would get if you came here. So not something that's worth me searching all around. Let's just go ahead and move on. We're going to get far better items in the future than we would get from there anyway. Okay. All right, so maybe they fixed this. I swear there was a time like you could walk through the middle here and then you would end up attacked by a bunch of people. And it was like, it was really annoying getting back out. But maybe not. Absolutely. Victory. Yes. It's a good feeling. Lenny Slog. Glad you're able to make the stream. Has been fantastic. What's going on, Awaken? Glad you're able to make it. Been waiting outside with his ear to the door. Exactly. Exactly. Come on now. You ain't about no action. All right, this was the problem too. Like, it's not clear how to get back out. The air is is heavy with bat dung. Right, so this is like the upper section, right? Right, it's the upper floor, so we can't get down this way. Rainwater twitching with tiny lava sloshes in the barrel. So it's probably best to just go back down the way you came. But let's live a little. We'll go ahead and go down figure out our way around from here.
This
Ooh.
I haven't seen.
Oh, maybe you don't need to sneak when you get to a certain level in mechanics. Because that's the second time he's discovered a hidden thing without us sneaking around. Works for me. Or does sneaking just increase your ability to perceive things in the environment, but it's not automatically necessary?
That's settled. A simple test.
A simple test.
Slowly now.
I don't even know where I am. Okay. All right. Apparently, we'll have to go back the way we came. It is what it is. Yeah, that's the irritating thing about that fight. It's like, bro, why wouldn't you just let people walk back out? But then again, you know what? I see the problem because then if you did it that way, people who decided to go through the front gate, well, they could just walk straight up to Radrick, which doesn't really make sense. So, you know what? I take it back. Fine. It just is what it is. It is what it is. Actually, this is probably closer to where I'm trying to get to anyway. Jayla, yes, she is feeling better. Still not fully recovered, of course. Still dealing with COVID, but most importantly, she's not having trouble breathing anymore. She's just feeling the negative effects, you know, the usual flu effects, but she's able to breathe through them, which is what I asked for. That was what I was most concerned about. The fact that she was having trouble breathing greatly disturbed me. Hey, Ruby, priestess of Bara.
Something over there.
Sweet musky incense is stored in the boxes under the altar. There's another way to get out. Acolyte. All right, and let's go over here. I'm just searching around since we're here. We might as well, whatever. Even though there's probably going to be nothing here that's of great value. The gamer in me just can't help but to go around looting things. Yeah, it's scary. It's definitely scary. Thanks for asking about it. Yeah, I'm definitely happy that she's doing much better now. Definitely have. You know, having a little bit too much fun is what happens when you go all the way over to New Orleans, hanging around on Bourbon Street. Plus, we're in Chicago. You know, we have like what, the third most monkey paw. What is it called? Not transactions, whatever it is called when you actually cases, I guess. Like everything seems to just run rampant around here. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Here we go. We're in the basement now, right? Yep. Okay. This will take us back out. I think we can go back out this way. Should be able to. Whoa. Oh, that's right. We had to use our sleeping surprise in the priest chamber. Okay, fine. Now that we're done with this, we go back to Cobble Lane because I'm pretty sure there are a couple of vendors there who had items I wanted to buy. So we need to find them. And then once we have all that straightened out, it's time to go to Heritage Hill. I don't remember what level Heritage Hill is, though. I heard on the news they might rename monkeypox since they said it was offensive or something. Like, yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, to who? Who is over here saying, hey, come on now. You're giving monkeys a bad name. Like, bro. Like when they call COVID, whatever disease they're calling it, the China disease or whatever, like that I understood. You're trying to, you know, paint an entire people with a brush. People who live here, people who are being directly negatively impacted by the way you're characterizing this disease. But monkeypaw? Who's being impacted by this? Oh, wait, I've got a visitor. A hero of the Saints War has arrived and she wants an audience with you. Right, like offensive to the monkeys, I guess? Like, I'm confused, thoroughly confused. And I'm not trying to make, you know, like, oh, everything's too woke case. Like, yeah, I understand there are some things that are disrespectful, and sometimes things need to change in order to be respectful to a particular audience. I get all that. I'm just confused about that in particular. Like, who's being offended by this? All right, fine, blunderbuss, pistol. And you don't have anything I need. Excellent. You know what? I'll take a camping supply. There we go. Mac, get us back to Max. They're already trying to weasel their way into the good graces of the new ape regime. That's awesome. There are some people smarter than us that know the Planet of the Apes repeat is coming. Be prepared. That's awesome. Oh man. What am I doing? Oh yeah, we can sell all those. What is this? We might need to hang on to that ring, so I'll hang on to it just in case. I don't think we have to keep any of the books, right? I think we can go ahead and sell the books if we don't need them. Seal of Faith. What is this about? First level, second level, third level spell uses for priest. Gives him more. Why not? Yeah, we. Damn. That alone is. That alone is everything I got? Good lord. Um. Oh yeah, let's do this. Sell value, high to low. Yeah, take this out, take this out. There, the monkeys are up in arms over it. The trees. Apparently, we're just the last ones to know. Good lord, I've been hanging on to all this stuff and didn't even realize it. Trash. Lady, I'm going to give you all of this. Absolutely all of it. This is actually one of the things I love about Pillars of Eternity, that there's no weight specific limit. And so you could just end up piling on to a bunch of stuff. I'm a fan. Big fan, big fan, big fan. Fine stiletto, don't need that. What kind of weapon is Palagina supposed to have? I don't remember. I don't remember. I have to check that. What is she supposed to be using? Got a bunch of armors here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. What is this? Ring of Wizardry. Ooh, he needs that as well. Ring of Deflection. That's nice as well. What else is here? Ashwood Cameo. What is this? Oh, you can summon a thing. That could be useful in the right situation. Okay. So, and how much is that summon thing? 15,000? I don't think we're going to do that. You really do miss a sell-all junk feature like it Wrath and Righteous after a while. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It just is what it is. Okay. So here, let's see. He's got, I think he's got a deflection +9 already. So we're going to focus on these two. We want this and we want this. Cost 16,000. We need an extra 3,000. Oh, you know what? We didn't submit these traps. And find male armor. We're not using that. This is not gonna be. It could be enough. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I gotta look closer before I sell those. Sell, 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 sell. That I don't know about. Sell. Scroll of protection, probably not, but still don't want to sell. LT, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you as well. Weapon, we can sell that, 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 sell that. Whatever we give, yeah, whatever we get to her, it's going to be one of these better ones. We're not going to be, yeah, sell, 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 sell. This is a spear. None of us use a spear. We can sell this as well. That's gone. Yeah, this stuff. Yeah, we can get rid of all this. Because we have, do we have any heavy armor? We don't have any. Oh, we got one heavy armor. So yeah, get rid of all these. Whatever we need, we got a version of it. There we go. And then we got to check that. Okay, cool. All right, now we're sending 3,000 over there. This is much better. I think we might need to bring a deflection, but I'm gonna hold off on that. Okay. Now you're giving them incentive to get caught. Put in my vote to change the name to disease that can only be caught by contact with sexy and athletic models. That's awesome. Ooh, what's this? +2 first level, +2 third level. This is +2 second level, +1 fourth level. Interesting. All right. Aloft, you will have no deflection, apparently. And then we just got another one. Where is that? Is that in here somewhere? Where's the other one we bought? Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Seal of Faith, Durant's. You got a +9 deflection and a fortitude thingamajig. You've already got a fortitude cape. You don't need this. We'll give you this Seal of Faith instead. Okay, now there's a whole lot of other items we need to go ahead and look through, but we're not going to do that now. So we checked this vendor. These two vendors, we know we're good. I think you just sell
Hail and
food,
well
right?
met.
You just sell food. We don't need anything from you.
Good day to you.
Doing good. Was kicking up a nice shrimp scampi, so was late to the scream. Nice. That sounds delicious. Boris saying don't need that. Actually, wait. Hold on. Oh, you know what? It does the same amount of damage this one would do. I can use the one I already got for now. Lost Things Reach. Don't need that. Pike's Pride. Break out of will. We don't need to buy armor. All the armor we need, we can loot. And so, yep, I think we're good. Okay, so all these outside vendors, we know we're good on. Now the question becomes, for these vendors, we can only access by going to this. What do we do? Hey, what happened to the quest? I know there's a quest about a chick being held by that Thedier that's in the middle here, but I don't remember getting it from anybody. Where's that quest at? Got to check on that. But first, let me look at this quarter map. So this is the dozens. We're not
Well,
siding
my
with
friend.
them. Show me your wares. So this will probably be the last time we can check through. Dandy hat. Okay, this is what I was thinking about. That +2 resolve might help Eder a little bit, but I'm not too crazy about it. Grant, you can summon, and then +5 will, +9 reflex. Also not all that great. Whisper Treason, +12 will. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that either. Berserker's Belt, +20% frenzy duration. We will not be using the Barbarian for an extended period of time. Nothing she has, nothing else at least that she has that we need. Okay, cool. So now let's head out, and then let's look at the journal. Maybe there is another quest that I need to do, and I just don't realize it yet. Or maybe do I have to wait? Does that quest not get offered until after Heritage Hill? Is that the problem? Return to court. He wants to speak me at the Charred Barrel. Oh, crap. I forgot about that. I need to go there. And I need to go back to my stronghold anyway. This is wait. I should talk to Grieving Mother sooner or later, but we won't do that now. This is wait. That's wait. That is more talking. And we have to have a stronger reputation before we can do anything with that. During his battery is White March, and then there's the main quest. So, yep, I don't have that quest for whatever reason. All right, now we need to go to Brackenberry. And then meet up with the guy for our stronghold. Then we go to our stronghold and rest. Wait, there was one other quest we needed to also do, right? It was Brackenberry and what was it? Oh, whoa, what's all this? Heritage Hill, Blade of the Endless Paths. Ooh, I forgot. Oh, that's the talking weapon. I forgot to get the damn talking weapon. I forgot about that. No. Oh, right. The other thing we need to do is at the stronghold. There's a guy we need to meet up with. Okay, so let's head to Brackenberry. And then I don't remember if this is a fight or if it's just a conversation. So I guess we'll find that out relatively soon. Charred barrel. Boom. Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do. And where's this guy was supposedly... I don't even remember what this guy's... Oh, here we go. Chancellor Warren. That's got to be him. Let's do a full save, just in case. Oh, that's right. Doesn't Old Boy's General come out or something like that? Lord Slandered. What brings you to Brackenberry? You sent a missive. No, I didn't. I received a missive from you. The Chancellor sets down his mug of ale and looks at you quizzically. As far as I know, nothing has changed regarding your rightful possession of Cadnoa. You realize that the charred barrel has gone quiet and turn to see the last of the patrons quickly disappearing through the front door. A moment later, a group of armed men and women stride into the tavern. Oh dear, the Chancellor quickly ducks behind the table. The woman leading the armed group lowers her cowl with one hand while keeping the other on a pistol tucked into her belt. You immediately recognize Gathbin's captain. Now that the sheep have been herded from their pen, you and I can conduct our business, unfortunate as it may be. I remember you. You were with Lord Gathbin at the palace. And you, she grins. I'll admit you seem quite interesting. Alas, duty calls. What do you want? Oh, I think you know. Lord Gathbin has ordered your death. She forces a frown. A shame, really. I admire your exploits, even if only half of them are true. Sadly, I have my orders. Gathbin will lose. You should work for me. That man is swine, albeit noble, wealthy swine. Her lips curl in feigned disgust. Were I to do it again, I doubt I've taken in with him. But what's done is done, and Lord Gathbin is as ruthless as he is arrogant. He'll go to great lengths to avenge a betrayal. What could you offer to make me consider such a risk? Let's see if this works. We can always reload. A better life, serving an honorable lord. I've heard such stories about you. They can't all be true, can they? She's silent a moment. Tales of your charity, your kindness. But I also see strength in you. But is that enough to best Lord Gathbin? That gamble is too rich for my blood. Still, I think I could tell Gathbin that you didn't take the bait and never showed up here. No need for anyone to die today, eh? She looks to her troops and they nod in agreement. Know this, the day will soon come when you must face Gathbin. I've lived this long by knowing which side to be on. Prove yourself on the battlefield and who knows? Until we meet again, Slandered. I started playing a new macabre supernatural game called The Mortuary Assistant. Sheesh, it is scary as heck. I do not play horror games. I do not find being afraid to be entertaining. It's very rare that like a true scary horror, either game or movie or whatever, actually entertains me. Like I appreciate the craft because it's very difficult to create something that actually really scares people. Not my cup of tea at all. I haven't never played any other Resident Evils, none of the Silent Hills, none of that. I avoid all those games like the plague. Well, that was unexpected. Warren emerges from beneath his table and smooths the rumpled sleeves of his robe. It does make the strange reports I've received from the grass make more sense in context, however. Go on. Earl Batamere decided to keep an eye on Lord Gathbin's activities. Gathbin is hiring a lot of men recently, but for what purpose we can't say. I'd advise you to take extra precautions at Cadnoa. He may be attempting to place spies or saboteurs within your walls. Be wary, Slandered. I don't think you've seen Lord Gathbin's endgame yet. He swallows the rest of his ale and gives you a curt nod before heading for the door. Ooh. Man. one of these days, I'm going to get around to what are the top 10 level up sounds in a game. Because I think Pillars of Eternities is absolutely fantastic. I don't remember exactly the way it sounded, but Knights of the Old Republic.
So those feathers. That's a blessing of Helia?
So they say.
Well, that's lucky. Where I'm from, we see a feathered lady, we start worrying maybe her dad got frisky with his hens.
I guess you can always trust a farm boy's head to go there first.
That's awesome. Crap, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh well. Where? Oh, that's where we need to go later. Now we go back here. You have never touched Resident Evil. Right, life is scary enough. Thank you, J-La. My sentiment exactly. I live in Chicago. I see terrifying shit all the time. I don't need to add that into my entertainment. You have never touched Resident Evil? Those are some good ones. Yeah, I've heard great things about them. I'm glad you all enjoy them. Hey, I think the old third-person Resident Evil games aren't very scary. The new first-person perspective ones make them much scarier. I has consistently heard that Resident Evil is scary. Patreon gold make Slandered go to one of those haunted houses that chase you with chainsaws and stream it. Nah, I'm good on that. I am good on that, sir. Thank you very much. I wouldn't pay, so they set my crops on fire. When my boy tried to stop him, they knocked him over the head. He's alive, but he can't think straight no more. Your boy got lucky. My guards, good men, both, got put to the sword after they surrendered. I paid those thugs what they wanted, but they still took everything I had. There he is. A woman points at you, and all eyes in the crowd turn their hostile gazes upon you. Can I help you people with something? We don't need help. We just want you to leave us alone. We want justice. Go on. You sent your men to my farm to collect a crop tax, saying we was overdue. For me, it was a road toll. I've been traveling up and down this way for years, and this is the first I've heard of such a thing. Other people in the crowd chime in with similar stories. What makes you think I sent these men? They said they were acting on orders from the Lord of Cadnor. That's you. If these weren't my men, then who were they? They weren't no common bandits. If this happens again, it's not on my orders. You heard it directly from me. Say we believe you. What about what we've lost? What about my crops and my goods and the families of my guards? Give 1,000. It's fine. Share this amongst yourselves. Most generous of you, my lord. The villagers nod and smile at you, uttering thanks as they distribute the coins between them. Your stronghold has gained 3 prestige. Works for me. Angry mobs. The inevitable thorn in every ruler's side, Slandered? They're good people. Can't blame them for reacting that way. Your subjects are fortunate to have a leader that understands the compassionate side of nobility. But for now, they will have to wait. I have news about Lord Gathbin. Let's discuss it in the Great Hall, away from curious ears. Top 10 level up noises, top 10 coin noises, top 10 walking noises, top 10 background ambiance. There's a lot to go through. That's an also idea for a video. Yeah. I'll have to see if I can make that happen. Most definitely. All right. 2 people we got to talk to, I guess. Okay. Got a moment? Would appreciate a chance to talk. My lord, I don't wish to trouble you, but I could use your help in a personal manner. Very well, let's hear it. You call your allies together and motion for the petitioner to step forward. This is harder to say than I thought it'd be. My name is Odena. I fought in the Saints' War, same as most of my kin. I followed orders, no more, but between one thing and another, I guess I made a reputation for myself. They called me a hero. Every street I walk down, I get handshakes and comments. The dozens, they act like I'm some figurehead for their schemes. The things I've done, I don't get much sleep. The last thing I need is all this attention. All I want is some peace. Please, You're the only one I could turn to. Perhaps one of my companions here can help you. Yeah? How do you mean? Eddar's been through the war. I'm sure he has some advice. Can't say I've got much experience about overappreciate. Can't say I've got much experience being overappreciated by people, but there might be some things we could talk about. Ooh, and I gained prestige. Oh, Eddard will be busy for 5 days. Yes, that. I think this will help. Thank you, Lord Slandered. You don't know what this means to me. I don't think I could. Did I have an option to hire? You know what? Let me load up the save again. I didn't see an option to hire her. Did I miss that?
Certainly.
Fast. Ah, very well. Let's hear it. No breaks for Eddard. We're going to figure this out. He's got to stay working. You shouldn't hide. Perhaps I cannot help you. You shouldn't hide from your past. Sounds like you could use some rest. You shouldn't hide from your past. Sounds like you could use some rest. What does that do? Head out into the woods, you mean? I won't find rest in Defiance Base. Seems like half my neighbors are the dozens. You're welcome to stay here until you're ready to return. Really? That'd be wonderful. Just a little time away would be enough. I'm sure of it. Thank you, my lord. That doesn't improve my prestige, but is she hireable? Mercenary captain. Nah, it doesn't make her hireable either. It's just nothing. It just resolves it. I kind of almost want that prestige, but not enough for Eddard to be taking a 5-day break, so we'll just let it go. Unfortunately. Lord Slandered. I received word that Lord Gathbin is amassing an army of mercenaries near Yenwood Field. It appears a peaceful claim to Cadnoa is no longer possible. The Earl has sent me to aid you in forming your own force to counter this threat. I'm here in an advisory role only, of course. The Earl won't officially take sides in this dispute. Why won't the Earl officially legitimize my claim? It is a delicate situation. Legally, Lord Gatsby's claim is just, and he knows it. Stripping land and title from a noble family is quite dangerous, perhaps more so than killing the man outright. With Gathbin dead, the Earl only need worry about blood vengeance from family members that actually cared for Lord Gathbin. Those, if court gossip is to be believed, are few and far between. Losing a family claim to land and title, though? Such disputes incite hatred from the entire clan and their political allies, not to mention the unease it causes amongst the other nobles. Wars are started for less. No, if Gathbin is to be denied, it will be you who must prove your legitimacy to the Earl and all others who would dispute your claims. That is what it means to be noble in the Deerwood. If there's anything else you wish to know, please ask. How much time do I have? Enough. It's rumored Lord Gathbin will suffer a series of unfortunate and completely unforeseeable setbacks before his army is complete. He grins and winks. Still, I'd not tarry long. I have a fortress with strong walls. Why not let Gathbin's army come to me? Lord Gathbin isn't fool enough to risk tearing down Cadnoa just to kill you, and if you shield yourself behind these walls, he'll have free reign to torment your subjects in the countryside. Earl Badamar will see your inaction against Lord Gathbin as a sign that you're unwilling to perform your duties as Lord of Cadnoa. Losing his support will have dire consequences. Taking the fight to Lord Gathbin is your only option. Let's talk about my army. The Marshal nods. Where am I getting my troops? I've sent out a call for volunteers from the lands around Cadnoa. Hopefully, people will recognize that being under your rule is preferable to that of Lord Gathbin's. Any hireling stationed at Cadnoa will also accompany you to the battle, so I suggest you acquire as many of them as possible. Maybe you have too many famous guests. I know there is a limit. I think the guests continue coming throughout the game, if I remember correctly. I received a message from the dozens. Shit. So the game thinks that I've sided with the dozens. That's not what I wanted to do. Why did it side me with the dozens? I clearly wanted to be with the Crucible Knights. I did a couple of quests for the dozens, but I also did a couple of quests for the Crucible Knights. I'm confused. What did I do wrong? Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. What's the status of my regular troops? The marshal shakes his head. 2 green and 2 few. If you go up against Lord Gathman now, losses will be heavy. However, victory is still possible. We need to recruit veteran troops. I know a company or two of veterans that will be willing to join us for a bit of coin. I'd say 10,000 coppers should cover the expenses. I don't have that much at the moment. No, Argo, I can't. I don't even know where I would reload, because it was way back the last conversation I had with any of them. I know it's a very specific bug with dialogues and reputation. Interesting. Apparently I triggered it. Oh well, okay, it's not the end of the world. Pillars of Eternity 2 is what I really care about anyway, and it's not. The only thing that sucks about it is I think Palagina's ending is significantly affected by the dozens taking over Defiance Bay. I wanted to finally have an ending with her that I could take it to Pillars of Eternity 2, where she hasn't been kicked out and her life hasn't been destroyed. And I think by siding with the dozens, I've locked myself out of that. But I'll have to check during the time we're not on stream. It's fine. What special allies do I have available? A squad of arquebusiers from the dozens will reinforce your archers. That's all for now. Very well. Farewell. How far am I away from 10K? I'm at 9,000. Nothing from there.
Greetings.
Show me your wares. That's regular armor. How much is that? That alone is 945. Her quest is tied to the Twin Elms. Yeah, I know. I don't think Palagina cares about Defiance Bay. Her quest is tied to 10 Elms. So, if you end her quest by choosing the option where she follows her heart and decides to basically protect Defiance Bay, usually the ending has her kicked out of that nightly group that she's with. However, if you make a series of choices throughout the game, the last of which I think is siding with the Hunter God, it strengthens the overall world and makes it so that the Defiance Bay is a good partner for the Valiant Republics. And if you do it that way, in her ending, even if you sided with Defiance Bay, they take her back because they see that she made the right decision. So it's kind of difficult to get that ending, but it's possible, and that's what I wanted to do. All right. This flail. Okay. This flail. Anybody going to use this flail? No. No, I've made the decision now. We're not going to use this flail because Durance has to use a sword. Eder is definitely using the saber. I don't know what I'm going to have Palagina use, but it'll just be something other than a flail. So she could put that. We could put that on. And nobody is going to use a pistol, so that can go as well. And fine. Now we have an additional 1,000. Trade that. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think about it. Yeah, this wand, we don't need that. Hunting bow, we don't need that. Quarterstaff, nobody used that. Great sword, she might use that. Dagger, we got somebody coming up and use that. I'm not sure if Eder should be using that heavy shield, so we'll keep this around. Mace, Raven Wing, I'm not sure about that. Rapier, pretty sure we're not using that. Stiletto, so we'll keep that around. That, and then that. Okay, this is good enough. This is good enough. Okay. Weaver Song added. You know what? We'll do that in a minute. Save this. Carry around the undead kitty. I can't bring myself to sell pets. That just seems so utterly wrong to me that I'm just sitting with a store owner who doesn't care about them. Let's talk about my army. We need to recruit veteran troops. Give the 10,000. That should do. His eyes widen. It will be done. That's all for now. Wait a minute. Okay. You have to make a hard choice to pick an ally, if I remember correctly. Paladin has 3 outcomes. Screw over dear ones, don't screw over dear ones, don't screw over dear ones, and strengthen the land by sending souls to someone I don't remember. Right, so you can send souls to the hunter gods. And I can't remember if it matters who's running Defiance Bay when you do that. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't, and this is completely irrelevant. You could be right about that. You could just trash your rep with the other groups, but see, take with one hand and give with another. I remember that ending not being optimal. Yeah, but there's that sequence where you want to get to the throne room and you have to choose which group you're going to side with. So if I'm locked in with the dozens, which would be unfortunate, then that means they're going to be running around torching animancers and destroying a lot of the city. I didn't want that. How long are you going to make? Right, I'll answer that. Though my preferred outcomes are restoring Wodoka for the memes and yeeting the souls into space for whale for the even bigger beast. Yeah, send souls to Galloway. Nothing else matters. Oh, okay, cool. So at least her ending is still intact. We will not be yeeting the souls into space, sir. That is not going down. It is time, Marshal. Assemble the army and march to Yenwood Field. Excellent. Morale is high and the troops are eager to follow you to glory. Are you certain you wish to march? Yes, I'm sure. Give the order. I'm not really sure, but let's do it. As you command, I'll march the army to Yenwood Field. Will you be accompanying us? Yes, let's march. Let's get this over with. I don't remember this whole sequence. As you crest a small hill overlooking Yenwood Field, Lord Gathbin's army is a flurry of activity, scurrying to and fro. Even from this distance, you can hear the drums of war beating their sturdy cadence, designed to intimidate their foes while organizing their rank and file into battle formations. Marshal Forwin approaches. You've arrived just in time. Lord Gathbin's forces are beginning to move. An attack is imminent. Any idea what Gathbin is planning? Marshal Foreman strokes his chin. His ultimate objective is to face you in battle and to be seen defeating you. I doubt it he's foolish enough to challenge you to single combat, of course. Inspect your forces. Local militia constitutes the majority of the army, but veteran soldiers have organized the rank and walk among the young, unseasoned warriors, offering advice or the occasional joke. They cheer, striking sword to shield as you pass, in thunderous approval of their lord. Some marksmen from the dozens make final preparations for the upcoming battle. They collectively sing a bawdy tavern song as they meticulously clean arquebuses nearly as tall as a man. She's a zealous nationalist who aggros all the time when you don't help her French masters. French. I agree. Well, I agree, but I've always had the ending where she was mad at me. So I'm curious if it's different if she's not upset with me. Sound the horn, Marshal Forwin. It's time to finish this. Marshal Forwin begins barking orders, and your troops quickly form up. Gathbin's army follows suit as Adaran war drums echo across the field. Within a few moments, the marshal raises a brass horn in the visage of a mighty boar to his lips. He looks at you expectingly. Oh, absolutely. Tonight, the Ravens will feast on our enemies while we drink, fuck, and revel in glorious victory. That's awesome. Your troops bellow across the field, pounding weapon and shield as the marshal's horn sounds. Dozens of bowstrings twang in unison behind you as your archers unleash a hail of arrows at Gathbin's army. The missiles hiss through the air with deadly accuracy, felling scores of enemies. In a bold move, Gathbin points his sword towards your position, giving an unheard order. His infantry, shields raised, charge the field. Your infantry charges headlong into the enemy infantry in the center of the field. The cacophonous sound of metal on metal is nearly deafening as the two forces collide. The fighting is fierce, and the screams of the dying numerous. Led by veteran warriors rallied to your calls, the troops fight valiantly and appear to be holding their ground. The battle thus far appears to be a stalemate. Then a group of Adirian battle mages emerges from behind the enemy lines. They begin weaving their hands in unison with practiced precision. Suddenly, waves of arcane fire erupt among your troops. The acrid smell of smoke and burning flesh is nearly overwhelming. From the left flank, a unit of Rao-Tai berserkers, clad in plate armor and wielding great swords, begin to collapse the left side of the line. The ground is thick with the dead as they press their advantage. Meanwhile, Bleak Walker paladins dressed in dark armor and carrying sword and shield stride back and forth behind Gathbin's lines, rallying his warriors and exhorting them to fight harder. As the battle rages, Marshal Foran looks to you for orders. We need to deal with those battle mages. Wait, study the battlefield? Your troops fight bravely and your lines are holding for the moment. Gathbin's army is slowly pushing you back, and casualties are mounting. Defeat is likely. As the battle rages, Marshal Foran looks to you for orders. We need to deal with those battle mages. What's your plan, Lord Slandered? Have the dozens arquebusers open fire. The arquebusers quickly form a line and unleash a salvo of gunfire into the battle mage ranks. Bullets tear through their magical defenses, and the wizards fall by the score. Fearing the gunfire, the unit breaks and retreats from the battlefield. As the battle rages, he looks to you for orders. Study the battlefield. Defeat is likely. Take out the berserkers. Marshal Foran shakes his head. We have no allies available to throw against them. Our only hope is to break through Gathbin's line and kill him. As the battle rages on, the Bleak Walkers must die. We have no allies available. So I did this too soon. Apparently, I don't have any of the allies. Everyone on me. Charge. As the remainder of your forces charge, our hound horn sounds in the distance. A new contingent of warriors crest a nearby hill. As Gathbin's reinforcements charge headlong into the fray, his other troops cheer triumphantly. The new arrivals quickly join up with Gathbin's army. You make out the form of Captain Emery, leading the charge in her dark armor. She kills one of your troops with a well-aimed pistol shot before running through with a gleaming rapier. She kills foe after foe, and at one point with the dead pot on, she's faced you from across the battlefield and shrug. All right, we're going to have to do this later. Because clearly, yeah, we're doing this later. I don't like the way this worked at all. We could do it now. I could go through them, but I could just tell that I'm just not meant to do this just yet. You fool, you buffoon. If only the game let you solo that entire army as you really can. Exactly. All right. I'll come back to that. I don't like the way that happened. All right. Let's do a hard save here. Just in case we get a message that, oh, Lord Gathbin took over your stronghold because you didn't face him right there. But I think I have as much time as I like to actually face him. So shouldn't be a problem. All right. Library bonus. Towers bonus. Rest. This was something many people didn't get because they didn't really care about the keep because of its perceived limitable usefulness, and its personal story was added late after. Oh, really? I didn't know that. So I'm kind of lukewarm on most Pillars of Eternity 2 companions, even Eder. You're lukewarm on Eder? How, bro? How, Sway?
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
Come on now. Way after the game's release. Oh, okay, so I never realized that the Stronghold storyline was like a late tag on, because I didn't play Pillars of Eternity until long after it had already come out. What am I doing for you? You know what, I guess survival. Next. I have to. At some point, I'll redo your. Yeah, sure, whatever. At some point, I'll redo do your build. I'm just not interested in it right now, lady. All right. Wait. Actually, no, we already did a full slave. So here we go. Heritage Hill. Wait. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me check this real quick. Oh, yep. See, I knew there was something I needed to do. Assign. Either one of you would do. Yeah, you're more likely to use. Prestigious visitor. +5 prestige and +5. Oh, there we go. Now she. Oh. Okay. So she's just a visitor. She's not a hireling, but she does up my prestige and security while she's here. Okay, cool. So you can take a temporary +5 boost or a permanent +2 boost. Interesting. Accept. Heritage Hill. Let's go. Maybe since you're delaying it, it will unlock your support from the dozens. Maybe. We'll see. Let me use my player powers. What's greatest strength is being able to go. Hell with this. I'm out. Best turn around, traveler. Heritage Hill is closed. I don't think there are many more allies. For this quest, you get all your hirelings, Ogre Matron from White March, and Defiance Bay allies. There's got to be more allies, because why don't I have those people who can deal with those armies? It was saying, hey, we don't have anybody who could deal with it. And I'm like, wait a minute. Clearly, there must be some people I need to recruit. Yeah, it was meant to be like a before the final town mission. That's what they said. Interesting. And allow you to get the knights like you wanted instead, assuming you reloaded back enough. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking on Eder in 2, not in 1. In 1, Eder is glorious and complex. In 2, he feels kind of Flanderized and like a caricature of himself. What does Flanderized mean? I wonder, can you just kill the dozens in other groups? I don't remember. There are allies in Twin Elms. All right, I'll do this at the Twin Elms.
my friend.
The guard holds up a palm. Sorry, but this dish was closed by order of the Duke himself. Wyla sent me. I'm looking into the missing guards. So you're the one she sent word about. The guard looks you up and down, frowning. I was expecting her to send a whole squad of Justicars. Not that I'm volunteering, mind you. I'll have the gate open immediately. Just watch your step. I'm afraid we can't send anyone after you if this goes badly. Any idea what might have happened to the other guards? None, and I've no desire to find out, if you catch my meaning. The ones that disappeared weren't the deserting type. The worst part is, both times the watch disappeared, the next rotation found the gate unlocked. I don't know whether they went in or whether something got out, but if it's the latter, refugees are going to be the least of our problems. Heard or seen anything unusual? Friend, I try to see and hear as little as possible. One of the women on the last watch said she heard someone shouting from the northeast part of the district, something that sounded like an order, but I don't see how anyone could survive in there. Once or twice I've caught a glimpse of something moving on the other side of the gate. The guard shudders. I'd just as soon forget it. Farewell. All right.
My thoughts will be
Let's get it.
as my feet.
Let's get it cracking.
Whatever happened here?
Whatever happened here? I'm glad we missed it. Woo! You took a shot, homeboy. That was ugly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's stop that. Yeah, no. Do the wizard. Do the wizard. There we go. Excellent. And then she can lock on at her. He can lock on at her.
Gotta try something else.
Mm-hmm. Boom, boom. I think rage at that guy you killed in the castle could be an ally. Oh, that would make sense. You can get evil allies. And of course, he would have a military that could help you. Of course, the guy I just finished killing is someone who could actually benefit me. Some of them it's all right. We'll figure this out. Ooh, that's a good thing to keep in mind. Campus supplies are there. Mm-hmm. Something twitches and shambles in the darkness between the slats. A rancid draft creeps from the house. Well, oh, what's the update? Nothing new to report. Recall payoff, send escort. If ignored, -4 prestige, +0 security for 3 days. Send escort. That's fine. Oh, you're the only one available. Fine. There you go. You have an escort now. Yeah, the game of shades of gray with a splash of define evil and good. Victory might call it night. I'm sure to catch up later for the stream. Slandered. Thanks, Lenny. Glad you're able to make it. Have a good night. There's a crew of motley allies. Flander dies. Boo boo. His return named after the character progression of Ned Flanders from Symptoms. Basically, it's when over a series, some of the character's traits get exaggerated compared to the origin. Oh, and you said that in relation to Eder. So you mean basically the way he's always whining about Aothas? These vaults have already been pried open. You feel like it's more exaggerated and focused on than perhaps it was in Pillars of Eternity 1? Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And what does the flame reveal?
What does the flame reveal?
I can do that. That's settled.
Excellent. Excellent. The crosshatched claw marks score this vault. You need to pause. Y'all need to pause too. I was about to say that should have obliterated him. Come on now.
Light.
Faster,
Flame,
faster,
and
faster.
sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
White flame and sound. Unlocking this will require the proper key. No problem. We'll come back. A small plaque at the base reads, "Freedom above all. Admeth Hadrit." It looks like someone smashed the family crest of this mausoleum with a hammer. The inscription beneath it is ineligible. Illegible. What is this? So far, so good. Looks like we're carving through it. Oh, besides the ogres, there's only one other ally. Whoa, this looks interesting. A woman turns when you enter. Her wide, pale eyes shine like lamps in the darkness of the tomb. 4 crucible knights hover nearby, their glazed expressions fixed on her. "Reinforcements at last. I hope you've come armed because we've got to get out of here." Something about her seems hazy and insubstantial, even in the darkness of the tomb. "Who are you?" "A commander of the Crucible Knights. I led the militia station around Heritage Hill. Securing this district became my responsibility when this, whatever it is, happened." "What are you doing here?" "I came searching for survivors. Only too late did I realize there weren't any." She brings a hand to her head. Her skin is practically translucent. "I found myself surrounded by those creatures outside, and I had to seek refuge. Funny, isn't it, to hide from the dead in a building that was meant to hold them in the first place?" She pats the wall of the tomb. "Anyway, I've been waiting for more reinforcements." "Oh, besides the ogres, there's only one other ally. I was wrong." Okay, interesting. What are those soldiers doing here?" She looks at them, but either she doesn't notice their distant gazes and the way they sway on their feet, or she thinks nothing of it. "They're under my command, of course. They heard my call, and we've been waiting on a few more to help us fight our way out of here." How did they manage to tear you in this tomb? Her eyes flash. There's something unnatural about the way she hovers, watching you. I hope you're not questioning my command. I'm warning you, I don't tolerate insubordination. Not at all. Then if you've caught your breath, we should move out. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you're already dead. Her eyes grow cold and hard. You'd better explain yourself, and quickly. You're a ghost, and you've been luring Crucible Knights to their deaths. She freezes in place, hovering in the air. No, that's impossible. It's only been... I can't be. The other side of the tomb is visible through her gaping mouth. She looks at her hands, seemingly for the first time, turning them in front of her. As her eyes and her mouth widen in horror, she turns to you. What have you done to me? Her expression hardens and the Crucible Knights behind her stir. Novitiates, attack! Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Ooh! Who did that? Damn, Aleph. That was rough, bruh. Oh, she just teleported. God dog it. Yeah, I was given all that extra credit. Whoa, we are all paralyzed. Not cool. Not cool. Highly uncool, in fact. Not a fan of the paralyzation at all, ma'am. We're going to freeze you like we were supposed to do. Then we're going to freeze you. Oh, you're already frozen. All right. Can she move? Yeah, she's going to move. And yeah, she's going to move over here. Can these people get confused? I don't remember how it works in this game. Oof. Everybody. Oh, no, she's going down. She's going down nicely. There we go. That's a start. Eddie, you really should be back here with the rest of us, but you're up here already. So, fine. You. Paralyze some more people. There we go. All right, now you. Back up. You can back up too, right? Yeah, you all back up. Oh, there we go. And we're already down. Look at that. Duran's waiting till the last minute to start casting some useful buffs. What's wrong with you, bro? All right. No. No. Oh. Woo. He undid the trap. Cool. That's acceptable. All right. There we go. Only the ogres can be allies. Okay, that's fine. And one other. That's fine. Yeah, and PoE 1, Eder can have a pretty solid resolution with becoming a mayor. Yep. But then 2 forces you to redo the religious arc. That's true. That's true. Humor felt much more forced, and Eder never really feels like an old friend. Interesting. Did she give me a key to this? Unlike, nope, she did not. Unlocking this will still require the proper key. Okay, but we're making our way through here. And here we go. That's very true. I don't think I've ever gotten the mayor ending for him. I don't know what's required in order to do that, but I am aware that it's possible. And even if you get it, it doesn't feel like you got it in PoE 2. I remember that. The mausoleum has been sealed tight. That is legit. I think I felt okay with the step backwards because I think from a story standpoint, are you a Gaul? Oh, okay, you are a Gaul. I kind of feel like from a story standpoint, it makes sense that he's rattled considering Aothis is back, and that unfortunately, if I remember correctly, you don't get a real good resolution for his story regarding his brother. Like, he's still really confused and really doesn't understand what happened to his brother, and just a lot of regret and despair there. So to find out that now Aothis is back, I kind of felt like it made sense why that would be a situation that really, you know, rattled him and made him take a step back, you know. But I definitely can understand your frustration, implying that she can naturally be hovering. Ooh, skeletal wizard. Stop that. Yep, and you're heading up. You can stop too. Okay, or maybe not, or maybe that was just a really bad idea. Maybe I should have tried something completely different, pretty much anything. Oh yeah, this was not a good idea. This was not one of my best moves. Okay, he's back up. Olaf. Yeah, Olaf. Damn, there's nothing you can really do in this situation because they cannot be confused. Yeah, so I mean, you can obliterate people from afar. Yeah, my guy's down. He's down, unfortunately. All right. This is what it is. Are you connected? She is. Okay, she can come out here. Give Eder a second dose. Olive, you do that. Get your health back. And then get you some the defense. There you go. And then Eder. God dog it, Eder. Are you frozen again? Oh, there we go. We're good. We're back in business. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Not the best tactics, but we made it through. We got it done. That's what matters in the end. Ooh, he's got an injury too. That's rough.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
White March. If you're asking, do I plan to play White March? Absolutely. Are you asking if this is White March? No, we're in Heritage Hill in Defiance Bay. But White March is absolutely in the cards. So actually, we'll finish this,
Something over there.
then finish the other ruins that we have to do for the main quest, and then I think the Cipher Lady gives us something to do. Basically, once we're ready to go to Twin Elms, I think that's when we'll go up to White March instead. Once we get to Twin Elms, we'll go to White March. Then when we get back, we'll finish Twin Elms. We'll do the Endless Paths. Then we'll do White March Part 2. And then that's when we'll finally go ahead and finish the game. Most companions in Pillars of Eternity 2 are hella judgy because of the new relationship system. The Amuwa Sniper is probably my favorite. Yep, that's definitely why I play the romance. And the Entropy Godlike. The Entropy Godlike. Shawty, I mean, Zodi could have been so wafu. Oh,
Yes. Nice and quiet.
She could have been. The Entropy Godlike. I don't think I remember an Entropy Godlike type character.
Now this I haven't seen.
Ooh. Oh, what's the magnifying glass first? Heritage Hill Cemetery. I feel like I'm missing things. Oh, maybe she's up there. Pondering what to play. I've been playing Trails in the Sky, and it's a good game, but something just doesn't hook me after 20 hours. I could play the other 20 hours, but I also could not. Maybe play something on Switch emulator, 13 Sentinels or Triangle Strategy. Didn't something cool just come out on Switch? What was that? I don't remember. Something interesting just came out on Switch. Was it Knights of the Old Republic 2? I think that just came out on Switch. Have you ever played Knights of the Republic 1 or 2? The stale loaves are as hard as rocks. Left out to rot, these potatoes are covered with wet, rank-smelling bruises. A woman bends over a roaring fireplace, feeding a splintered chair leg into it. As you get closer, you notice something unnatural about her, a certain pallor to her skin, a lack of movement beneath her flesh, even while her arms execute deft, efficient movements. And then you see the puckered flesh, ragged and bloodless over her heart. Rimmergan godlike, who is a priest of Rimmergan. He is from the Rimmergan DLC. That's why. I don't think I ever played the Rimmergan DLC. Digimon Survives, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I have both for good. Man, if I want to play KOTOR yet again, I play it on PC as God intended. That's awesome. Unnatural creature. We should correct it, send it scampering back to the foulest depths of adamancy from whence it came.
It's rude to stare, you know. Don't worry. I've no mind to start anything with you. After all, I've stayed in such good shape by choosing my meals carefully.
She laughs to herself. Do you know what happened here?
An incredible act of anamancy. Of a magnitude this part of the world likely hasn't seen since Engwithan times. Someone found something very powerful and ancient. And I'd bet my own preserved life it wasn't Aldhelm or his lovely assistant.
Tell me what you know about this Aldhelm. His name barely merits repeating. He's a charlatan who likes to dig up pretty artifacts and call himself a scholar. The pity with animancy these days is that just about anyone can claim to be an expert. I still don't understand why this district is full of walking corpses. She spins from the fire to face you. Because someone found a way to tether their souls to their bodies, don't you see? She taps her skull with an impatient finger. So when the heart stops beating, when the blood stops flowing, their bodies still animate, and with a newfound hunger. She turns back to the fire. Those that can feed it with living flesh, in essence, stay strong and sharp. Those that can't, degenerate quickly. I see. She smirks. I truly doubt that. Who are you?
A survivor, by the grace of my own careful preparations. When I heard the claws scrabbling at the door outside, I took care of matters myself. And since then, I've been careful to keep myself fresh and fed.
Argo, send me like an email or a message or whatever with the link for the Twitter that I should be using when I use her art. That's not a problem. And then she'll send you other version. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let us say this. Is any good if you like Cyber Sleuth? Everything is good except talking to JPGs. Hey, glad to see you playing. LaFreda, glad you're able to make the stream. How are you doing? I played it quite a while ago. I just bought Pillars of Eternity 2 a couple of days ago on sale on Steam, and I'm having a blast. Both of them are absolutely fantastic games. I played Pillars of Eternity 2 right when it came out, so I know there's been a ton of patches and updates and DLCs that I haven't gotten to see, so I'm really looking forward to playing this first and then finally get into that game. I saw you in a vision. There's something you need to do for me.
Believe me, I've heard that line before.
It's time for me to get going. Really?
Be cautious.
I thought
Be constant.
I thought she gives you options about what you could potentially do here. Maybe not. Whatever. Moving right along.
That's settled.
100 some money. Money.
A simple test. That's settled.
Who are you? You're not one of Acantha's servants. Please, you've got to get us out of here before she feeds on us. What happened to you? We're just groundskeeper. When the district fell into chaos, Acantha took us in, said we'd be safe until the Knights got things under control. Instead, she locked us in here. Every week, one of those monsters who serves her comes in and takes one of us away. I don't know what she's doing, but sometimes we can hear the screams. Please, get us out of here. The way to the district exit should be safe. Go now. Thank you. We'll never forget this.
I shall be discreet.
Someone or something Snap this candelabra into two. Ah! When you said, I saw you the bitch, I thought you were still talking to chat. That's hilarious. No.
You return.
I came
What have you
across
come seeking this time?
I came across a group of people in the back room. She clucks. I hope you didn't disturb them. Rounding them up is quite the chore. It's time for me to get going. Weird. I thought we got more dialogue with her, but maybe not. She doesn't give you options here. Just you have to calm her down. What's going on, Philip? Glad you're able to make the stream.
Keeping an eye.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Where do I get that freaking key from? Oh, here goes another door. Okay. From here, the mansion appears deserted. But it's not, I bet you. All right. Ba-boom, boom, doom. Doom. Ooh. Whole wide open area. All right, let's do it. What kind of creepy crawlers are in here? Ooh. Actual. Sada, let us in. It's safe now. Come out now. Open the door, Sada. The female Dargle sniffs the air and whirls around, hissing, Survivor! Oh, yeah, these are not good people. These are not good people. Let's go ahead and put some paralyzation on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, more came out. I don't appreciate that. Y'all involving yourself in matters and whatnot. Do I have an area of effect? Here, you know what? I haven't used this yet. Lord Valtus, what happens when you detonate? You all can be frightened, right? You sure can. That looked delicious. 47. Durant, is that you all the way up there? Sure is. Come on now. Bam, 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 bam. Hey, you come over a little bit. Get that. There we go. We get that beam in the right place. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. Very nice. Got all that.
I shall be discreet.
She's eating him. Oof. Good Lord, y'all.
Oh?
Does this do raw damage to everybody? To all enemies within? I assume that means it doesn't affect allies. Hopefully not. She's got to get her daily protein. Yes. All for the poor innocent folks who are there. Why is this battle not finished? Come on now. It's just these little... Oh, it's Dargles. For some reason, I thought it was the regular goals. Why are you doing nothing? Shoot your bow. What's going on now? Come on now, y'all. You should be professionals at this point.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Be cautious. Be constant. They were trying to knock on this door. What's behind door number 1?
A simple test. That's settled.
Were they trying to get the cat? What wan light shines from behind the map. There's a ragged hole to the outside, as if someone dug through. Task updated. Safe haven. Not like that.
A simple test.
Simple text. There we go. Ooh, key. All right. Don't know where that goes to. They always brick themselves sooner or later. Not in Dragon Age Origins. That's the only one. Man, I don't understand why every CRPG doesn't just copy that tactic system. Like, there's just no reason not to. What am I? Oh, so she snuck out. She's she snuck out with the key. Broken chairs, upended tables, and shattered vases blocked the stairs. Splintered planks shift precariously. All right. So we'll go there, then we'll go here. The poor groundskeepers all have to make sacrifices. Sacrifices she's willing to make. Nice. All right. And yep, here we go. Let's go there, mausoleum, see what's up. Mm-hmm. Maybe the AI is patented? Couldn't be. They use a similar but not quite as good tactic system in Pillars of Eternity 2. Can't be patented. It's basically the same damn thing. Plus, it's just an AI string. So yeah, you can't pull their code, but if you were able to implement the same thing in your game, how would they be able to say, "Oh, well, you took it from us"? Like, it's a tactics list for what your companion should do. Like, come on now, nah, no way, couldn't have. A little girl cowers in the back of the tomb. Her face is streaked with dirt, and even in the shadows, you could tell she's far too thin. She watches you, holding her breath. And even if it is patented, other game companies should be paying to be able to use the patent. It'd be like, yeah, I'll break you off this fee. Let me use this in my game. Because it's superior to what anybody else has done. Anybody. What are you doing in here? She inches into the candlelight. Her clothes a little more than filthy rags now, but ripped and stained fabric look like embroidered silk. You have to be quiet. Noise brings the hungry people. She's afraid of hungry people. Maybe I should step outside. My name is Sada. Are you hiding from them too? She watches the door of the vault, her eyes wide and careful. Who are the hungry people? She whispers and her eyes are round with terror. The ones outside. They don't sleep or die, but they eat. Tell me what happened to you. Her eyes take on a distant look. Her legs start to tremble. Perception. You're frightened and you've been stuck here for too long, but try to remember what happened before. She takes a deep breath and stares at the stone floor. There was a big noise and light in the sky. Everyone thought it was a storm, but then people started waking up. After they died, she twists her shredded sleeves into knots. Mother and father and Emilo boarded up the door, but the hungry people found our house. Her fidgeting becomes more agitated. They fought, but the hungry people always get up again. They broke through the door, and Mother told me to hide. But then I came here to hide, but the door got stuck, and I didn't know when it would be safe outside. Where's your family? At the house. Mother told me to hide and not let anyone in. Then I heard a lot of noise, fighting and yelling, and her eyes glaze over. And then Mother told me to open the door again, but she didn't sound right. You're Sada? I came across some Dargles in a house. The girl's eyes widen. You saw Mother and Father? And Emilo? How did you get away? Those aren't your parents anymore. She picks at a thumbnail, watching you. She nods slowly. You need to get out of here. Is it safe? Are the hungry people out there? It's still dangerous, but the path to the main gate should be clear. Run for it. I won't let anything catch me, I promise. Whew, rough.
Be cautious. Be constant.
The problems with implementation, some engines are having a really big problem with scripts. And changing can break them. Agreed, I understand. Nestled among the candles are the odds and ends of a patchwork family memorial. Valian Lucis's cameo etching of a woman in finery and a turquoise necklace. Yeah, all systems are not built to be able to handle that. The vaults are sealed shut and sticky with cobwebs. It's also essentially the Gambit system from Final Fantasy 13. The Gambit. Was Final Fantasy 13? Oh, you said 12. 12 wasn't the online one, was it? But I feel you. It should be a mainstay. Yeah, I was going to say Final Fantasy 13 didn't have that. Poor girl, eat her. Wait, it's the swarm that walks. Oh, man. Okay, this whole area searched. Let's go back down here. Chapter 3, where the gang clings the hungry people from Defiance Bay's Walmart with gas. I know, Seabird, if they had given me the option to give her a hug, I definitely would have taken it. Oh, 14. 11 and 14 are the MMOs. Okay, got you. I don't remember playing one with a gambit system, so maybe I missed that. 14 story is so good.
They shall see nothing while I see
A
none.
good story in an MMO? Say it isn't so. The massive stone door of the tower is sealed, and there doesn't appear to be any way of opening it. Speak the words you learned from the leaden key acolyte. You hear rumbles and clinks from hidden tumblers as the door unlocks. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. Oh, crap. Whoa, wizard back there. That's not cool. Are you friend? Where's Durant's? Durant's, where are you going? You're shifting around. Oof. We really need this guy locked down. You stop doing that. You give Ada some protection. There we go. Excellent. You move over a little bit. There we go. You know what? Ooh, he's already taken out. Oh, excellent. Ooh.
Yes?
All right. Light all this up. Take all this. The mattress is lumpy and smells of old straw, but whoever slept here last made it neatly. Essence shimmers and pulsates within the strange device. Boom, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Star Wars: The Old Republic also had class stories. The class stories in there were absolutely fantastic. I wasn't really a fan of how they brought back whatever the name, Revan. I wasn't a fan of how they did that. I wasn't a fan of some of the other aspects of the game, but I definitely agree. The class stories in there were absolutely phenomenal. Pretty sure I played as a Jedi Knight. And I might have played one of the evil options as well, and both times it was absolutely phenomenal. Had a really nice time with that. But that game is also part of the reason I don't play MMOs anymore, because I played the crap out of Star Wars: The Old Republic. That game was a mainstay for me. Come on, we're good.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Padding the scratchy old coverlet thickens the air with dust. No one has used this bed in weeks. Even the best story can't make me play MMOs. I play Star Wars: The Old Republic still. Yep, that's the way I feel. Like, I really avoid them like the plague now. And it was actually Star Wars: The Old Republic. I was addicted to it. I used to play the crap out of it, but it's not what really made me stop. Marvel Heroes is what really made me stop, because I'm a huge comic book fan, and it's got that MMO style, but you were building up comic book heroes like Ghost Rider and all the rest of them. I was addicted to that game. I spent way more time on that game than I should have. So when I finally finished, I was like, okay, you know what? It's time to go ahead and let this go. You are missing out on life at this point.
For here, I shall listen for them.
Finish that!
And while someone left all their S's all over that mattress. you. Time to get to work. Take care, Philip. Have a good one. Glad you're able to make the stream. Ooh, that thing is coming after me. Let's go ahead and put a pause on that.
Yes.
I hate how much gotcha games that drain me. What are gotcha games? I've never heard of that before. I've drained me over the years due to gambling addiction and sunk cost fallacy. Yeah, I see. I wasted money on Hearthstone. I can't trust myself with the free-to-play games. The scroll contains a pen and ink diagram of the Audra device running through the tower. Despite copious measurements and carefully drawn detail, it gives no indication of the machine's purpose. I just do not like playing games on my phone. The only games I play on my phone are like puzzle type or trivia type games that I might play with my wife, but that's it. Like, other than that, I can't just be sitting by myself playing a game for myself on my phone. It just doesn't work for me. The Works of the Inguithans, a comprehensive guide. I miss City of Heroes. That was the best superhero villain MMO I've ever played. I never really got into it, but I heard it was amazing. Oh, Princess of Wolves. Glad you're able to make the stream. Yeah. I never played Hearthstone either, actually. I've just seen clips of other people playing it, which still doesn't allow me to really get the game, but I get that there are definitely some people who are strong fans of it. There's a 2 or 3 year gap where I wasn't playing Star Wars The Old Republic, but I was still paying for a description because I forgot about it. Yep, that happens. If you think you did, you're mistaken. Is the original loot boxes. Basically, you pay for a mystery pack and get whatever's inside. The big examples are games like Genshin Impact and Fate Grand Order. Interesting. Okay. Hearthstone is great fun if you like card games and single-player adventures. I like that. Oh, that's Aldhelm. Oh, I didn't realize he was here. Interesting. I like that game that Cyberpunk made. Or was it CD? Yeah, CD Projekt Red made about Gwent, the single-player game that they did. That was actually pretty cool. And I'm not usually into card games, but that, and now I guess Midnight Suns is going to get me into it. Standing near the device feels like being blown about by a storm gale. The stone steps hum with energy.
Nothing. Confounded device.
Someone's having a problem. I mean, it's just strange because someone mentioned Final Fantasy IV and I was teleported here. Yeah, I've been told that supposedly it has an amazing story. Maeve was badass. Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. Yeah, it didn't sell well. It didn't sell well. If I remember correctly, I didn't really like the way they marketed it. But I played it because it's like more Witcher. Why not? A man hunches over the strange mechanism, his spine a sharp ridge rising from his arched back. He's barely clothed in filthy rags, and the patches of skin you see are mottled green. A spoiled stench emanates from him. He's so intent on his work that he doesn't notice you until your shadow falls over him. When he turns and sees you, he snarls and scuttles behind the Audra pedestal. Only his bared teeth seem to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face. Now that I think about it, that wraith we faced, I think that's a quest for the Crucible Knights. Maybe that's the third quest I was supposed to do in order to get them aligned with me. And so the question becomes now, is it too late? It shouldn't be too late Because I feel, if I remember correctly, the final decision when you really decide what group you're going to side with is when you go see the cipher and you're about to go to the palace. Who at whichever group you use to go to the palace is the one you side with. So I might still be good. We'll see. His eyes are yellow and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face. Shouldn't be.
What do you want?
Tell me what happened here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He smashes a fist into the Adra pillar. His hand makes a crunching noise, but doesn't bleed.
Forgive me. Forgive me. Aim to do research on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now.
No, Boss Page, it's not the point of no return because I still have to go to the ruins before I can even go with the ciphers. So no, this is not the point of no return. We're good. We're good. We should be good. Fayema, glad you're able to make the stream. No, we're not close to the end. I think we're about maybe either halfway or 2/3 way technically through the base game. But remember, there's those 2 DLCs, and we are going through the endless path. So we still got a while to go. Given the catastrophe that followed, the commission and your research might matter a great deal. Keep talking, Aldhelm.
Lights in the sky and a static charge in the air. But we were so careful. We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. Wore a mask. Carried knives at his sides. A trick of shadows, I told him. The next morning, we felt strange. Like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't at first notice the blood around our beds. The strange wounds that had appeared overnight.
The slow manner in which this dude speaks is annoying me. Camera, what were the opinions and what's the name of the podcast?
Fire! Dormant for 2,000 years. Lifeless through hundreds of our experiments. And we wake that morning to find it spinning on its own. On its own! How can we stop what we couldn't start? I know how these things work, but I don't know how this happened. Nowhere to go. That's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a jar, clinging to rotting meat.
You do seem like you know a thing or two about flies. Slow down. What does the machine have to do with souls?
I can explain. Hold a magnet over iron splinters and they stick, yes? Rub your hand over rear wool and the hair of your head will follow it. So it is with this machine.
He looks at you and runs his tongue along the edges of his fine, strong teeth. He quickly looks away.
For what? And how many others lie buried in the ruins of Erglonfoth? No. Focus on this one. It's imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a shriveling husk.
I don't see a post from you, Camera, where you're listing the 2 opinions. I'm not sure what you're referencing. Why doesn't the game allow me to start an elf rebellion? Why does the game think elf apartheid is good? Yes. Excellent questions. Excellent questions. And it's been 3 games now. And you can't even come close to saying, you know what, the elf... But you know, wait, what am I thinking? Did you play through Dragon Age Inquisition? Like, did you play that final DLC? Because if you play that final DLC, I think it's pretty clear that's the direction we're heading. So that explains why you weren't allowed to do it before. Because they have a character in mind who's really going to be the kickoff for that. There's a stranger in the tower the night this happened.
Saw him. We laughed. Said he was spooked by the cemetery. Perhaps it was already too late. I don't know what he did. But by morning the machine was on and we were slain. People were already on the streets, complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
You're not like the ghouls in the street.
My body is dead. My soul, imprisoned in this corpse, only makes it seem otherwise. And as the body decays, so does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger. The only way to forestall the process is through a regular infusion of essence. Living flesh is the only ready supply.
This dude's super creepy.
Hunting men and women in the early days of the affliction. Picking off soldiers that came to investigate. But I'd do it again. I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster. Help me find sustenance.
What happened to the rest of your team?
Already been sealed. So we fed when we needed, and locked ourselves in the tower to work. And then there came a time when the hunger struck, and there was hardly anyone left.
How can I help?
Harridan shrew squanders her research on frivolities, then refuses to make herself useful. Runes! The runes are the last part of the puzzle. Acantha knows them. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off. Release our souls.
She wasn't here the night the machine came on, staying with her patron somewhere near. Too good to be burdened with our ignorant company. I'll get the words from Acantha.
She was here, in the district. Probably here still, always prepared. Clever lady, that one.
Quick, here's the sky.
You bring me something. Something to keep me
Someone 3011.
Then
Thank you for subscribing. Glad you're enjoying the content.
something to make you strong.
You were able to to choose New Elf Nation at the end of Origins? I don't remember that at all. Is that referenced at all in Dragon Age 2? I seem to remember, like Amara said, feeling thoroughly disturbed at the lack of options to really stand up for elves, especially if you picked an elf origin. Psst, please, please. There's an anamancer in his natural state, Watcher. Never has he respected the sanctity of the god's creation. Only now he no longer has the cunning to hide it. He should be put down like a sick animal, although not without first putting his spirit to the flames test. Good old direct. Ooh, proceed to the bottom. Well, we'll take that. Now I remember this. I really do not like it when games force you to backtrack for no reason. Why couldn't we have just had this conversation with her? She knows why we're here, and she knows what we needed. Recall, relieve. Okay, cool. We're good. Ooh, 22. Our money is stacking up. All right, now we got to make our way all the way over to her. Acantha's house. Here we go. And I think she's going to be slightly irritated with me because I let all of her food go. So we might have to just give it a business. Which is no problem. We can make that happen. Thank you very much. Make that happen. And what's your deal?
You return. What if you come seeking this time?
I need the words that operate the Inquisitive machine in the tower.
That fool Aldham. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
I agree 100%, Seabird. I don't care if technically it doesn't fit. Give me a way to go straight back out. That's the problem exactly I talked about at Radrick's Hold. When I get to the end, I want you to put me right back at the beginning so I can go about my business. Don't force me to have to do a whole bunch of backtracking or figure my way out. Come on now. Nah, I don't appreciate that at all. Unless it's a game like Thief, where getting in and then getting out quietly is part of the whole point. That's not the point in a game like this. City Elf can demand as a boon autonomy. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. You feel a hot core of pride smoldering at the center of her soul.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
Tell me the tower's name.
Ter Nuneth. It's called Ter Nuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls.
How do you operate the machine atop Tier Noneth?
Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
She crosses her arms over on moving chest. I didn't mean to X out all the other questions. I don't know yet.
A level of humility rarely found in my line of work. Most refreshing.
Oh, I forgot about that question the other two. Yeah, man, the way elves are treated in both of them, it's just absolutely terrible. And you're not really given a way to do something about it. So that's one of the things I'm really, really looking forward to in Dragon Age Dread Wolf. I'm really looking forward to, we're really going to deal with what's going on with the elves. And Taventer is the perfect place for us to be able to do that. I'm probably going to play an elf for my first playthrough, just so I can be the person who leads the rebellion. I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals within her. Here, I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. Extinguish Acantha's pride. Is that evil? I mean, technically, what am I saying? She's holding people prisoner in order to be able to eat them and delights in being able to run experiments on them. Usually, we cut these people's heads off. Extinguish her pride. The vampire, ooh, she's a vampire? Doesn't seem to notice as you wrap your mind around the squalling, burning mass. However, it sears your very bones. You jump back, crying out in pain. I won't abandon this opportunity. These souls will remain here with me, and I'll accomplish more than any anamancer in the history of the field. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers as the flame around it abates. Oh, you've got to talk with her. All I've learned, years of studying the Ingwithan language, no one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Your opportunities here are finite. One day that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It's little more than an ember now. You're wrong, but there's no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. When Inquisition came out, I used that website to set up the world state, and I realized I did not remember a single non-main story quest in Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 was terrible. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. Okay, the watermarkless version of the art is sent to the same email address before. Thank you. I appreciate it. Name that I cannot read. Hello. Welcome to the stream. El Palatalto. Also, welcome. Glad you were able to make it. DA2 I find the most confusing politics-wise. It's heavily both sides in the Mage-Templar conflict and has that thin blue line Aveline stuff. And then it's blowing up the Chantry is treated as a super crime. But also the Chantry Tree cleric seems to be shown as heavily pro-Templar and kicking down or seen on every step. So what? You know, I actually liked it. That Dragon Age, I felt, did a great job of not trying to portray the Templars or the Mages really as heroes. Like, you can make really a good case to side with either group, even though technically the mages are the ones really being held down and trapped. And so, my mentally, just for me, like they're the group that I side with, but you definitely understand why they're being treated the way that they are. And you also can make a case for why the Templars should not have the power that they do. So I like that about Dragon Age 2. I agree that they could have executed it better, and I definitely don't like Anders' ending, but the the feeling of what they wanted to do, like the thought process behind it, I feel like it's sound. Extinguish Acanthus' pride. You reach for it, but it's still too hot to grasp. It's just embers. It may not be much, but it's still something. You can't take that away from me. Will that really be enough for you? The dying cinder clings to life. It will be. It must be. Extinguish? Still too hard to grasp. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure it grows and your legacy lives on. Your words finally quench her pride, and all that remains is a blackened diamond hard rock. You cast it away where it melts into the darkness. Why'd they give you the option to try to manually do it if you had to basically use all the dialogue options to get to it? That was weird, but whatever.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours. These are the words you need.
Coffee Tango. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Fayemi. Appreciate it. Coffee Tango, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. I never liked Anders personally. A lot of people didn't like Anders, especially considering that they really changed him from the way he was introduced to you originally. So that's understandable. Mostly played DA2 for Varric and Isabella. Both fantastic characters. Fantastic. Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel it reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Encantha has shown you, and you know their sound and their meaning and how they fit together. The language of Ingwith once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
Certainly. What do I do with the tower now that I know these words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
I think Varric is supposed to be in the new one. Maybe they'll let you romance him then. Out of the corner of his eye, Olaf gives you a sly look. It seems your ravenous new friend has just given us the key to ending this wretchedness for good. And now that we've seen what this machine is capable of, I do hope you're not squeamish about the loss of a few hundred souls. Wow, Olaf. Wow. You said the other towers around the Deerwood were constructed to move souls. Why would the Ingwithans have wanted to do that? Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why. Turner mixed them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields. To collect them like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know. Remind me, how do you know so much about the tower? I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instruction manuals, and in doing so, they miss their true meaning completely. I still don't understand why the Ingwithans would want to build a machine that tethers souls. Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Ingwithans as master of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this is one such experiment. Explain how the control words work. Harnessing the power of Terra known that is about understanding what it's designed to do. You know the words and their meanings. You can speak them, and the tower shall obey. That's all. Thanks. Alrighty. I thought I had to kill her. Oh, well. Let me talk to her one more time.
Always a pleasure to speak with someone who...
Nope, she's good. All right. Derek had a romance with someone in Inquisition, if memory serves. Not really. You just get to meet the chick that he's in love with, but she's married to someone else, so she's not a deterrent. Right. Bianca was a real dwarf woman, I think. Yes. They're off again on, well, not even that. They love each other, but she's married to somebody else, so he can't really truly be with her the way he wants to. I remember in DIS, I thought they were secret lovers. Exactly, Persis. Yeah, she's right. They were secret lovers because she's married to some sort of crime lord or somebody, or crime lord. As far as the way it works in the Dwarven Haven. Proceed to the top. Oh, that's nice. At least they let you skip that second level. I appreciate that. All right, save again here. Aldhelm looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely, and sores have eaten away patches of skin in his joints. He looks at you with a strange glimmer in his eyes.
Flesh.
He takes a tentative, scuttling step towards you. He doubles over, coughing up strings of black bile. He seems to have forgotten about you for the moment. A jagged Audra pillar rises in front of you, encased in stonework and run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes which you can now understand. You recognize words for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognize by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a means of throttling the device. Choose end. Maximize the machine's throttle in hopes of overloading the device. Ah, crap. So do I want to overload it and destroy it, or I just want to end it? So we worship Barath. This machine gathers up souls. Is it supposed to be used to send them to the wheel? I can't tell. What would a follower of Barath do? I think we're going to say end instead. You can. I've read mangas about it. It's called NTR. NTR used for good is a rare gem. All right, end. As the command words leave your lips, the dial sinks into the Audra under your hand. Something like a thunderclap sounds overhead. The glow fades from the machine as it falls dormant. And excellent. Got a bunch of XP for that.
Still and silent. It's finally over.
You're welcome. And proceed to the bottom. It's time to get out of here. So now let's hold over to the Crucible Knights and see if they respect me for a job well done. Oh, I wonder if you could tell the guards. I don't want to ask, but I also feel like I shouldn't Google. There. That's the nice man who helped me. Hey, she made it. And thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out at the keep. Awesome. The tower. It's off. Does this mean the curse on Heritage Hill is lifted? I better get a manor in Brackenberry. It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe again. I think it'll be some time before anyone will be willing to settle in the district again, but at least we can get started on restoring it. You do that. All right, now we go to First Fires. And then let's see what the knights have to say. Boom, 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 boom. Bip, 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 bip. Mm-hmm. Do, 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 do. And I think it was in here, right? I think it was in this training room the quest was. Yep. It's called it. Basically, it's cheating. Usually involves sex via blackmail. Wow. Oh wow, Shada's here. Shada looks like she's had a bath and a few square meals. She smiles shyly. Woo, that's a good look. Any news from Heritage Hill? Your guards were charmed by the spirit of a woman named Lyra. I've gotten rid of her. Her tired eyes grow round. By the flame, you found her? My missing commander? She heaves a sigh and loses her gaze among the floor tiles. And she was calling to the watch from beyond the grave? It doesn't make sense, but nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to the soldiers under her spell? All your knights are dead. Train them better. No, they didn't make it. I see. Nevertheless, thank you for your help. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops and Commander Lyra. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. Farewell. Excellent. Okay. Then, Shrine of Abaddon. Let's go to this war room. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Nope, and he doesn't say anything new. Let me check with this blacksmith because I don't remember if he had anything I wanted to get that I haven't picked up yet. Let's check and see. Ooh. Show him the pieces of the blade of the endless paths. I found several fragments of an ancient sword. Do you think you could repair it? That's a fine blade indeed. He holds one fragment in his rough hands. Looks endearing, special made. Must have been a commission for a champion of some sort. He hands the shard back to you. A sword of this caliber would have had a specially designed hilt too. It would be a shame to graft anything else onto it, and besides, it'll balance best with all the original pieces. You find the rest of it, and I'll forge it for you. Something else on your mind? Show me what you have for sale. All right, the White Spire. What's this? An S-stock. Okay, so if I decide that Palagina is going to use an S-stock, I better come back over there and get it. And that's pretty much all he has. All right, cool. What'd you miss? We finished Heritage Hill. Boop, 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 boop. Heritage Hill is all taken care of. If it was a fine blade, it wouldn't be in a million pieces. Hey. You don't know what battles that blade has seen, sir. All right, it might have faced the very, very toughest of enemies. All right. Come over here. And what are we doing? We are going to Cadnua. Boom, doo, 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 doo. Boom, 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 boom. Doom, doom, doom.
another foreign colony.
Another one of those quests finished. Oh, you know what? I should go. And I should have more items in that chest, right? In the treasure chest, because we finished a couple of quests now. Boop, 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 boop. This is an excellent question, Camera. And yet, by now, it's so standard in Fantasy Fair that there's no way that it'll be changing anytime soon. Ooh, +3 dexterity. Yeah, sure. You know what? No. Perception. Make sure we can get those hidden items, right? Boom, boom. Okay. So next up is those ruins that we have to go through as part of the main quest.
Gelade, well done. A formidable
Yes, indeed, I agree.
anymore, you know. Not by the sea. Too vulnerable to cannons.
Rebuilt with nanites. Exactly. Oh, whoops. We already got dug it. I didn't realize I already had completed something. Okay, we got the merchant stalls, the dungeons, so I could take prisoners, barracks. Okay, so now we're starting on the curio shop. Then we have the artificer's hall, and then we have the chapel, training grounds, botanical gardening, heads maze. Okay. Okay. So we finished Heritage Hill. Now we have to do through Death's Gate. Go through those ruins, and then once we have finished that, I'm assuming I remain in their good favor. Yep, and then once we have finished that, we continue forward in the main quest. But this time, I will definitely try during my off time to make sure I go through their inventory, make sure everybody's properly updated and all that good stuff. So we'll be ready to go with those ruins and continue in the main quest when I return. But for now, I think that is enough for one day. We made quite a bit of progress. Hope all of you enjoyed the stream and had a fantastic time this evening. Is there an in-game time limit for the main quest in this game like Kingmaker? Not at all. I can take it as long as I like in both Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. So no issues there whatsoever. I can take all the time I like. So yeah, I had a good time. Appreciate all of you all. Hope you enjoyed the stream and hope all of you have an absolutely fantastic evening. Take care. Bye, Argo. Take care, camera. Have a good night, princess. Seabird, take care. Always good to see you. Yep. Thanks again for the art, Argo. I'm looking at it right now, and it's just as fantastic. Really looking forward to being able to use this.